I said hello, and then it just kind of erased into the background. That's fine.
Hello, I'm fading away.
Yeah, just just falling backwards eternally. It is us. We are back after a 2-week break for everyone to recharge and deal with the problem that is 2020. We are here. Welcome back to another episode of The Mind of the Martyr. We are super excited to get back into it. Probably just worth jumping straight in, pretty much. We do have a few sponsors. We have the wonderful folks at So Nerdware. They do a whole bunch of TTRPG related merch to do with both TTRPGs in general and specific groups and streamers as well. Their Burrito collection has been fantastic. They've just got a restock of a whole bunch of dice accessories, which is pretty awesome. And you can go ahead and throw in, if you actually take a look below, you can see our fancy new panels. Go in and throw in the code FRIENDS for 10% off there. We do also have another sponsor in So Grinding Coffee. So Grinding? Nope, just Grinding Coffee. I'm getting
So Nerd Coffee. Wait, hold on.
I was going to say, we're just combining all of our sponsors into
So
one
we're
brand
not
now.
the So Nerd Coffee Emporium. There we go.
I'd shop there.
It's just an amalgamation of everything. But again, Grinding Coffee. They've just added a whole bunch of new flavors and a whole bunch of new tester packs as well. Take a look. Some of the flavor combinations they have are incredible. They are a Black POC and LGBT plus owned company. They do fantastic work with other streamers, both in the TTRPG community and outside. They're blooming fantastic. We love them. Their coffee's delicious. Go ahead and throw in FWRD, and that'll get you 13% off there. And then Ty, the Emporium.
In this coming month of October, things will be haunting you in your house and finding deep pathways into your mind. Make sure they don't steal your dice, and if they do, find replacements at DMEmporium.com. Use the code FWRD for 10% off of your entire order, and 10% goes to building that wonderful community over there. But in case you find yourself incompletely haunted and needing all new dice for your character, maybe it only rolls ones possessed by some spirit beyond your control. We have dice for that too. Dice towers, dice trays, even some clothing and, well, drinking steins, all sorts of good things like that. Check us out, it's gonna be great.
Can you tell he has a background in radio?
Ty, you are a treasure.
I am ridiculous.
I love you. That's it.
We've got 2 weeks of
excellent.
pent up character nonsense that we have to get out through this stream. Our other big announcement is you may have seen across the Twitterverse, and we did have our first game of it the other day, Friends Who Roll Friends. Our big old charity fundraiser that we are super excited to continue doing. Same as last time, it's going to be a month long, except this time we also have a Arium 4-shot, which is happening on Wednesdays, and then our regular Friday games as well. We are super excited. We're helping out both RAIN and the Earth Day Network, 2 fantastic charities that do some honestly great work. RAIN dealing with the aftermath and prevention of sexual abuse and sexual assault, helping the victims and their families, and bringing perpetrators to justice, while the Earth Network there is dealing with climate change and other such environmental issues, and supporting areas and holding big companies as much as they can to task for what they are doing to the environment. So they're 2 fantastic charities that we want to go ahead and support. If you have anything to spare, I know 2020 has been super rough for everyone, but if you do have anything to spare, The links will be included down below. They're on our tweets, and they will be on the VOD versions as well while the month is up. So if you are able to, that would be fantastic. And we are looking forward to so many good games and amazing people helping us out as well. So yeah, other than that, unless I am missing anything, I think we're good to jump straight in. Waiting for my cast to be like, ready for something.
Ray, let's do it. Come on.
So, it's been a little while, so I'm not going to make any of you remember everything straight off the bat, because that's just kind of
Remember everything.
Would you like to do the recap then? No, I'm kidding.
If you want me to.
Nah, I'll do it. It's good.
Okay, cool. I was about to panic read my notes.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not going to put you on the spot like that. That's cruel. So, where we last left off, our party here had finished up in the fireplane. Having dealt with a few loose threads that they had, they said goodbye to a few friends and were teleported through to the fireplane just outside of the volcano of Faith. When they arrived, a huge beam of energy shot through the volcano, and concerned, the party decided to go and check it out and make sure that nothing had happened to Kylera, who slept dormant inside. Or so we thought. As we continued down the volcano, all signs of mining and industry had just been completely removed, almost as if it had never been there to begin with. As we traveled down, our party were privy to the first meeting of the sisters in many, 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 many years. Saya, Sisby, and Kylera, all in kind of energy avatar states, so to speak, were present, discussing the current situation, and informed our party of part of what's going on. The fact that they are bound to the core snake and are attempting to drain its power in order to protect the planet from something that lies beyond. A few discussions were had with individuals before the sisters eventually went ahead and went back to their respective areas. And we all decided to head out of the volcano and check out Yilton, the nearby city, as there is a plume of smoke coming from somewhere else in the distance. We found out the city of Zatane has been completely wiped out. Seemingly the word that was given by our party in order to get assistance for the city strangely didn't reach anyone's ears. We find many, many refugees, including an injured Torn, which was being seen to by our new friend, Blink. Or seen to being a bit of a misnomer there. Eventually, Torn was brought back to consciousness. Blink introduced themselves to the party. After a few discussions, we found out that Jotra's poison has been removed from his body, but the enchantment that was on it definitely still remains. And as such, there is some kind of scrying enchantment. Whoever the poison belongs to now knows everything about the last few hours and few days that have happened. We went ahead and took a little look and find out that to remove this particular enchantment, there is a little itty bitty piece that you need to go and fetch. The throat gland of an Obsidian Dragon.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's good. I got a new character ready to go. He probably won't kill everybody on accident. Like,
Well, we last left off, everyone was going to get some rest and get some sleep, and Soup decided to do a bit of reading. Upon reading, he found out a lot of information regarding the Crimson Wood and regarding the Lunasoritas. Finding out that they were essentially enemies. The three sisters on one side and the fourth sister, Nyceria, on the other. Soup received this revelation, but it's Soup. It's like, information. I'll be fine. I kid. Yeah. Soup went ahead and read through the book and gained a whole bunch of information in regards to what happened originally. The fact that the core snake failed kind of in its mission to claim the multiple planes for themselves. Something from outside had attacked and essentially pushed him in a cathartic state for a very, very long time, which ended up binding the sisters when they decided to attack and failed. The three were bound to the snake itself. The fourth managed to escape. And so they both built armies to try and deal with the situation. When that force threatened to return then, Nyceria decided to split herself into the moons in order to protect the planet from whatever lies beyond. And that is a quick summary of a lot of lore.
There was a lot.
A whole bunch of lore.
We also found out that Morthok is actually Bo.
That as well.
That bastard Bo.
Mhm.
Bastard Bo.
Morthok, who we believed had abducted one of the sisters, turns out that isn't quite how it played out. But yes, it turns out that Bo, an NPC that the party had met in the fire plane, is actually Morthok in disguise. Who
Bastard.
strangely also appears to be marked by the Crimson Wood. So yeah, we pick up as the morning comes. The area is still incredibly busy and incredibly loud, as this city was already over capacity when you first arrived. Now, with essentially half the population of another city in it, it is full to bursting. It's difficult to navigate the streets and not bump into either an individual or their belongings or their supplies or their wagons or their pets. It is quite a hectic atmosphere as you all wake up. You do notice some individuals wake up a little bit happier than Malathuk. That's the one, yes. It's all good. Yeah, some individuals seem to be a little bit happier than you'd expected. It is amazing what going to sleep with a full stomach can do to morale. And Soup's cooking was definitely popular. As you awake, blink. The whispers in the background of your mind return. And they begin to slowly pull and tug at your awareness almost. As you rise, you notice you've managed to get up a little bit before the rest of the party that you've now seen. And for some reason, you're getting a pull towards the other side of town.
So I peek over the wall of crates and broken wagons that I've used to kind of hide myself from prying eyes. I see that doesn't appear that the people I'm supposed to escort are awake, so... Oh, I suppose a little morning trip won't hurt. And I'm going to very slowly and quietly make my way through the crowd and follow that tug.
Mm-hmm. It's a little bit of a kind of a Aladdin-style duck and weave as you're kind of going through everything. Luckily, you are very agile and very mobile, so you can go ahead and just kind of bob yourself through. There's more... Yeah, bob and weave. You know, small people through crowds. You carry on for a little while longer before you hear the familiar voice echo through your head of just, I saw another one that did this to me.
I look around, make sure nobody's actually watching.
Doesn't appear like anyone is paying particular interest.
I don't say it out loud, but I do respond.
Are you sure?
Positive. I'd recognize that face. Smug bastard.
It's not one of the ones.
And I kind of like point behind towards where I know the party is fast asleep.
No.
Okay, let me know.
Saw you passing.
I'm going to start looking around and see if I get a particular tug. If I, happen to glance at anybody that the voice is referring to.
You see a few individuals from the Magicanum building in the area, so mages mostly. There was one particular very old individual who is kind of wandering along with his little set of books, and he has like a small focus kind of bound to his side. He seems relatively unremarkable, apart from the fact that he very clearly still has a large hole through his robes.
Is that him?
Yes, he's part of it. He was part of it for all the same reasons.
I'm going to straighten up and start to follow him, but I am keeping quite a distance. And for all intents and purposes, I'm going to try and make it look like I'm just browsing the city, not really following anybody. And I'm going to wait until I get him alone.
Okay. He appears to kind of peter from stall to stall and is collecting some equipment. As you get a little closer, I'd like you to make a perception check.
That'll be a dirty 20.
Ooh, okay. So, as you're taking a look around, you notice that still no one is really quite paying attention. As you're looking towards him, and he's collecting some alchemical ingredients, he's collecting some food. You very clearly notice that the food is bought with coin, everything else is bought with the food. That little tear in the robe, it's very circular, very thin, and there is a few layers of bandage underneath. It looks like this man may have been perhaps affected by something or perhaps assaulted recently.
So what's the end game? Do I take him out of his misery? Do we make him suffer? Or perhaps, do you just want answers, Ishara?
Why not all of the above?
Fair enough.
That tug continues as the the gentleman appears to grab a few more items, and he suddenly just pops up to attention, scratches his head, opens up his bag, and just takes a long look inside before kind of snapping his fingers and waddling his way off back to what appears to be probably the most makeshift shack, quote unquote, that you've seen. Yilton doesn't really have buildings other than one particular house and the Magicanum building. Everything else is kind of just, and the guard houses. Everything else is just kind of makeshift camps, and what little shacks there are very clearly just built out of like the remains of wagons and stuff like that. He teeters along for a little while before opening the door to one of these makeshift shacks, door in quotations, and slams it behind him.
Once I get relatively close enough to the building, if I wanted to apply something to my dagger, would you require a check for that? I think you're muted.
I'm muted.
I'm like, oh my god, my
Nice.
headphones.
No, he was muted and I was muted, calling him out on being muted.
It was
Hey,
the
it's
suspense.
not the
Ray
mind of
really
the
wanted the
martyr.
suspense.
It's not the mind of the martyr if one, someone is not muted, and two, someone is not muted telling you you're not muted. You're muted.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's on brand at this point. If it was in the middle of battle, maybe.
Okay.
But like outside, you've done this plenty of times. It's pretty simple for you to go ahead and coat this weapon.
Okay. I will do so. And are there any... Obviously, it's a makeshift shack. Is there any way to maybe get in from either a hole in the back where people aren't going to necessarily see me enter, or something? I'm certainly not going to knock.
There is a small crack as you kind of do a quick, a discreet 360 around. There's a small crack that you could probably go ahead and slightly force. If you're quiet enough, you don't think he would be able to notice, depending on what he's doing anyway.
Yeah, I want to try and do that.
Okay, roll a stealth check for me.
Oh.
Against his perception, which somehow I don't think is going to help.
I feel like Dex has been waiting to roll stealth
Yeah.
for Blink.
Yeah.
28.
Yeah, he couldn't succeed that even if he tried.
So we watch as Blink literally just
Blinks.
becomes
Blink
the
blinks. And this is like just as it's cracking dawn. The wilderness you're around is very misty as well, which does actually help you out in this instance as well. Yeah, you go ahead and sneak on in. The gentleman is clearly a magic user, as books and alembics and other such materials are just strewn around the entire place. The one thing that would stand out straight to you is there appears to be a wall of like notes that he has scrawled along with drawings that appear to have been collected over probably a fair amount of time. Some of the ones towards the top are beginning to brown and curl along the sides. There are a few that are incredibly recent, however. And he appears to be buried in a chest, just kind of bent over and like trying to find something and kind of throwing everything around.
How cluttered is the floor? Is this something I'm going to have to climb over? Or can I get a pretty straightaway walk towards him?
The floor itself is thankfully clear.
Okay.
The kind of makeshift shelf on the side, which appears to be actually made from a banister kind of connected to the side of a wagon that has just kind of been turned over and attached. That is where most of the clutter is, along with kind of this, well, now this chest, as he's going ahead and throwing everything out quickly.
I want to, like a cat, kind of sneak. And as soon as I get close enough, bend down and lay the dagger against his throat. I wouldn't suggest you move. All right?
He just kind of ever so slightly nods.
I've got some questions, and you're going to answer them. You got it?
He nods again, ever so slightly.
Now, why don't we stand a little bit? It's a little difficult to bend over like this.
He slowly kind of rises. He's a very short individual. He's a gnome.
Oh, he's a gnome?
He's a gnome.
Oh, God, then I really was
Yes.
bending over, wasn't I? Okay.
Yeah, you were just...
Like that.
Yeah. It's like threatening a child somehow. No.
Oh, that's a terrible thought. Let's not think of it that way,
no,
please.
that's not. Yes, definitely not. Yeah, he stands to attention. You can see across him kind of the liver spots that kind of go across his skin. There's multiple wrinkles and scars. He has seen a lot during his life. He kind of stands to attention and he thinks of turning around and then kind of realizes the dagger is still at his throat. It's just like, okay, I'm gonna stay here.
Now, I'll tell you what. This blade I've got at your throat, it's coated in the most deadly poison. One nick and you're gone. All right? So I wouldn't move. Now, why don't we start with some introductions? What's your name?
You're not with the new folk, are you?
Suppose it depends on who do you call the new folk.
I guess you want the real name and the one that, not the one I gave them.
That'd be helpful.
All right. You watch as his body kind of rolls just a little bit as he's trying to loosen himself up. Higwin.
Higwin.
Higwin. And as soon as the name is spoken, you kind of feel a slight recoil in your mind of just like disgust.
Well, Egwin, you've been a very naughty boy now, haven't you? You've done some terrible things in your time.
Look, if it's about the little guy, then I can go ahead and get this sorted. He just gave me a goddamn note, that's all it was.
You think I care about the note? Think a little bit far at the back.
What do you want to know?
I want to know about a person you wronged years ago. Someone you hurt a great deal.
He stops for a moment and kind of clenches his teeth. Tries to say something, catches himself. Tries to say something again, catches himself.
I think we're all friends here, you can be honest. Just speak your mind. And choose your words carefully. I'll know if you're lying. And I have no problem ending your time here on this plane.
It was just an experiment. Never wanted to be a part of it. But, you say crazy things when your life's on the line. He kind of looks down towards your hand. So I made a choice. It was that on my family. It didn't even matter. Not in the end. He takes a deep breath and sighs out. You feel this other part of you just getting so angry. Look, I just worked on some of the incantations and enchantments. I can give you the name of someone who is actually involved. I can tell you who you really need to speak to and who is in charge of me and my group. Just I've lived a long life. I would like to live the rest of it.
I guess that depends on the value of your information, now, doesn't it? Share it. And I'll see what your life is worth.
He nods and gulps as his eyes kind of trail around the room for a second, almost as if making sure that no one else is here and no one else is listening. All right, I'll tell you. His name was Ronan. He kind of gulps again, takes another breath, as you can see his body locking up a bit. Ronan Fairchild. Noble by day, so he'd say. By night, he was working for the Magic Harlem. He found something and ordered experiments. So I did my job. I did what I was told to do.
What reaction do I get from that?
She hisses. Just kind of overwhelmed with the nonchalant kind of passing or pinning of the blame. She is upset, but it's definitely more towards an angry upset.
In my head, I go,
Satisfied?
We have a name. It may take a while, but we have the resources.
I would like to lean up close, which is a little awkward, but I'm still going to do it, next to this gnome's ear, opposite where my hand is holding the blade.
Mhm.
Ishara sends her regards. And I'm going to slice the blade across his throat.
There's a moment of shock as this happens, and you don't get any resistance as he drops to the ground.
I'm going to wait to make sure that he's actually dead.
Mhm.
And then I am going to sneak back out the way I came and make my way. Actually, first, is there anything that I could borrow from the hut that either I might find useful or maybe might not get my clients killed on the trip?
Are you taking a look specifically on him or in the room, or both?
Both.
Okay. So on him, you find a couple of tomes that are full of just general kind of research notes. You do, however, find his spell book. The other thing you find is a very hastily scribbled note on a piece of paper that appears to have been almost scrawled with kind of dodgy handwriting. It's legible, but only just, talking about how he isn't needed anymore. And that someone else was found, essentially.
Okay.
And then throughout the rest of his house, you find 2 healing potions, and you find an alchemist set. Alchemist
Perfect.
tools.
I'm going to take all that. And then I'm going to duck out and head back to hopefully a still sleeping group of clients.
Mm-hmm. You begin to take all of this away. You now notice that he's down on the ground. The slack around the bandages has now begun to slip. And you can see a slightly snapped, very clearly a crossbow bolt buried into him. And yeah, you can go ahead and sneak your way out. Doesn't appear that anyone would notice you. You can make your way back to a party that is just about to rise. The rest of you wake up.
Oh, go ahead. Nope.
No, go on. Go on.
I was just going to ask, are y'all in tents? Are you sleeping under the stars? How are you?
We found a tent in the that wasn't being used, like towards, I want to say like the back, but like on the outskirts of like where all the refugee tents are.
Is it a canvas tent?
Yeah.
I walk up to the tent, grab like the very front pole and just shake it. Come on, wake up.
Oi! Oh, that's quite a rude awakening. Hello.
Eridan's just sitting up and flipping through her spell book.
Why would you do that? There's so many other different ways to do. Okay. Judge is gonna go about getting his morning coffee. He kind of looks around and then he just kind of like wanders off with power.
Morning to you too. I say that to Blink outside.
Come on, you gonna rise or what? We've got things to do. Besides, I have presents. Come on.
Interesting.
Kind of presents.
Kev.
I'm gonna kind of lean over to Eridan real quick and just be like, did her tone of voice change from yesterday?
I think it changed a few times yesterday too. Not quite sure what's going on there.
Okay, pause real fast. Dax, if you weren't going for that, I am so sorry.
It's too late. Roll with it. This is how role playing works.
We said we were going with this. Yes, we said we were going.
Okay, all right. I thought that's what I thought we were going with it.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I think it changed a few times yesterday, but I didn't want to say anything about it.
It's just, I know she kind of creeps me out.
I'm not quite sure what to make of her yet.
This is a good feeling.
But she knows how to help Jotra, and that's important. So we'll just watch each other's backs. She doesn't have a reason that we know of to hurt us. And if she tries, she's outnumbered.
I don't think she's really dangerous. She just...
I
Slightly.
don't know.
I don't know.
Point Jotra comes back with his giant cup of coffee and he's like, "You guys whispering about Blink, am I still dying?"
I don't know. I haven't looked at you yet.
Oh, come on, look at my phone. And he's gonna wander outside
I'm
the
not
tent
coming
to
in your
Blink.
tent. You come out here.
Fine, I'm coming.
And the voice changes again. So far, she has about 5 different accents.
So,
Noted.
all right. So I think at this point, Soup has like a couple of poles that he's just kind of like shoving into his bag, and he comes up behind Blink and is like, "Where you been?"
Turn around. I had errands to run.
Ready?
Waiting on them. I'm gonna point at the tent.
Dying.
Eridan, come.
Am I dying?
They're never ready.
He's right. We're never ready. 8 mornings. He takes his giant friggin'.
I see this gnome lifting this. How big is this mug? Please tell me.
Oh,
like
it's
yay
like
big.
it's
Yeah.
basically a teapot size for him,
Perfect.
and just
Oh, that's not big enough. Yes, you're dying. But it's okay. We'll fix it. Maybe.
oh yeah, just need an oh, is my brain still radio or transmitter thing? Okay, cool.
Oh, I prepared something for that. I am going to I haven't decided how the spell looks. Okay, I'm gonna walk over to Jotra and I'm going to put my hands on his shoulders and I'm going to hum, and you sort of feel almost this like, it's almost like where I'm touching you, it like fell asleep. It's like a tingly feeling, and then it's warm. And for anyone who's looking, you see similar runes to the, if anyone reads Celestial, it's Celestial, but like the weird arcane runes on her sword. There's it looks like it writes down the center of his face and then fades, and I cast non-detection.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead and I need some leather. I'm gonna see if I can make myself I need some leather. I need some pipes, just little thin ones, or kind of straw sort of thing. I think if I'm in Pavasari's mouth with a breathing tube, then they'll just see darkness. So we could do that.
Well, I'm gonna point to Eridan. So, what was that?
Yeah.
The touching and the humming and the.
Yeah.
Oh, it's magic.
Magic?
Right, but what?
What did I cast?
Thank you.
It was a spell for so they can't watch us.
Do I know if that actually works in this case?
I can post the description. I don't know if it would work, but I figured Eridan would assume that it would
Good
work.
guess.
I think you would know that it would mask it. It's like
It lasts for 8 hours.
yeah, it's like taking paracetamol to deal with an infection or whatever. Like it covers the pain, but it doesn't cover the like it doesn't fix the problem. This
Yeah.
is kind of the
It
same
doesn't
case.
dispel.
So
It's a band-aid.
yeah, exactly. So it lasts, non-detection lasts for 8 hours, and it goes ahead and protects from all divination magic, which this enchantment would be rooted in divination. So
Okay.
yeah, it's like a band-aid.
So if they try to scry, they'll basically just see like blurry and just.
As long as we're within 10 feet.
Like
Like
a
they're living in
voice
Charlie
distortion
Brown.
on a phone call.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh God. We're cutting out. Anyway,
Bring
Sorry.
the money to
Oh, no.
5th and 8th. No.
all right. Well, are we ready to go?
I think so. That was the only thing I wanted to do this morning, so we should head out.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna
Did we
Oh,
get a
okay.
location in the direction we're heading?
I believe that was my job.
Morning. How does he look? Is he still like...
He has a little limp as he steps into the tent, but otherwise seems to be pretty okay. He's carrying a kind of like a bandle sack on one side, and then on the other side, he's carrying what appears to be a small kind of scrawled map.
Are you feeling okay?
Been through worse. I'll live.
How much distance we got?
He takes a look down. Not too far, thankfully. Apparently a young one has been sighted. He kind of twists the map and shows you. Should be a day's journey at most.
It's good at least.
Excellent.
wins.
Platinum.
Yeah. I just need to make some rings real quick. Then,
You're not
do you know?
going to die.
Oh no, dying. It's totally different from being dead. But I need to find some platinum, leather, some steel if there's anybody who knows of those places.
That hole.
That's it.
Torn just looks at you for a moment. It's just, how much platinum do you need?
Let's say about is do what I want. It approximately to make 2 rings, one gnome side.
He takes a breath and kind of rolls his eyes, which is very weird for Torn because the main eyes roll, but the peripheral ones stay the same.
Oh, I thought it
They
just
don't
went in
roll
like
with
a
it.
cascade.
It's like a wave.
He can just just across. Yeah, but in this case, his main eyes roll while his peripheral eyes to the side just stay looking. It's a little unnerving. It's a bit creepy. As he does this, he reaches into his pouch and pulls out a small coin purse, just throws it over to you.
He counts off 10 and then puts 100 of his coin into it. And
He goes ahead and takes it from you, attaches it to his little belt, and then kind of begins to roll one of his shoulders. He's just, hopefully it'll be less disastrous this time.
Do you need help with that?
I'll be fine. Just still a little stiff.
I don't mind helping you carry something. After all, the first trip out here, you carried me.
He goes ahead and pulls the bandle sack from his shoulder and just hands it over to you.
I'll take it. You don't need the extra weight on your shoulder right now. You've got to heal up.
You're not actually thinking of coming with us, are you?
It would be against my better judgment, and that's exactly why I have to do it.
Crazy. Alright, but if you die, I'm not saving you this time.
you saved him last time.
I said this time.
Oh, okay.
Noted. Thanks.
He is not the client. I don't have to make sure he comes back.
How much to make him a client?
How much you got?
Not enough.
Oh my god, I missed everyone so much. Okay, I'm fine.
Soup, were you going to say something?
Doctor, what kind of steel you need?
It can be scrap. It's mainly for buckles.
You see him he reaches back into his pack. He's got all these small weapons, etc., just on him, bandoliered, etc. He reaches back into his pack, and you see him pull out this small dagger. He just kind of tosses it in his hand. And he goes, "Never found much use for this."
Jotra almost reaches out to catches it, sees he's going to catch the sharp side, then kind of almost tries to grab it, and then it just kind of clatters across Pavasari's back, and Pavasari kind of looks at him like a really kind of look, grabs it off the sand, climbs back on, sits on Pavasari. Thank you. Worked perfectly.
Ashtalora is gonna jump up onto Pavasari and sit with Jotra.
As it clatters across his back and you go ahead and go to retrieve it, you could swear you just hear a small come from Pavasari.
Okay, buddy.
Oh no.
Sorry, has become Eeyore.
Yeah. Okay.
This will float.
Soup kind of looks at the horizon, looks at Ton, and looks at the group, and he just kind of takes his claws and just breaks them across his head. He's Going dragon hunting. All right.
Probably the weirdest thing you've done.
It's sad.
Even close.
Hmm?
You okay?
Not
with
even
this?
close.
Is
Other
that,
doesn't surprise me.
that okay?
Yep. Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
against your?
Nope.
Are we asking you to?
Stop.
Okay. Off we go.
Perfect. I'll give you your presents when we get out of town.
Okay. Jotra is immediately going to start. He flicks his Calamos tools forward and starts basically kind of like magically welding some of the coins together. So then he can put out the center later to make. We'll just get started on turning these rings.
Okay.
Eridan's gonna trail behind and like look over, like kind of like watch Jotra for a little bit. What are you making?
Rings.
Just into jewelry making?
Nope. You'll see. Gonna be cool.
I've taught you well.
Jotra's learning so much from everybody.
Young impressionable character.
Yeah. Eridan, you would notice this. Soup keeps looking at you, just occasionally. He looks at you, and then he looks back. Goes forward, and he just keeps looking at you every few minutes.
The next time you look at me, I'll wave and kind of raise an eyebrow at you.
And he, like, when he sees that you're noticing that he's looking at you, he refocuses, stops looking at you.
Stabs back to attention, just nothing.
Soup.
He ignores you.
Walk next to you. I take a couple longer strides. Walk next to you. Is everything all right?
About to go get a dragon. Nope.
Sorry, I sort of forgot in the moment. Are you sure that you want to come with us for this?
What you know about them moons on you?
She reaches up. Nothing.
Don't remember nothing.
I've gotten flashes of before, but nothing that really makes sense. Why?
I'll tell you later. He just kind of grins, mocking Jotra.
Jotra glances over at that point. Besides, might not even have to kill it. I mean, we need to get the sack. Maybe then
You just
that's
hear
possible.
this giggle from the back.
That's not promising.
So Soup looks back at you like this. He's like.
I don't.
Have you ever willingly given up one of your glands?
Never been asked, really. I don't need my tonsils. Is it the same? Is it more like a hypothalamus?
A what?
Nothing.
Oh.
So as Jotra continues to work on these rings, he's hollowed out the inside, and then he's started basically carving the inside into spirals to put on the outside, and has started polishing and fusing together so that way they're a little bit thicker than the coins as far as like band. They're kind of like think like a little bit longer than a typical male wedding band, made of completely of the platinum. And in one, he'll start carving just some gears that you could nervously spin, and then the gears, like just one like teeth on the top, teeth on the bottom with gears in the middle that you can spin the top or bottom. And the other, he's going to start putting in some moons and copies of the runes on Eridan's sword. All the meanwhile trying to hide it from Eridan while he's hunched over.
Okay.
After you tell Eridan, like, you'll see, she backs off. She's not me.
Or Joshua.
Or Joshua. What you do. No. Yeah, Eridan, after checking in with her two oddly quiet teammates, I think would fall in line behind Ton.
Out of curiosity, what's the marching order?
I'm second.
Yeah, I think Ton was up front, and I'll be kind of like around Eridan and Ton.
So y'all are kind of clumped.
Mhm.
Yeah. I figure I was kind of up there. I've got his bag. So
Soup kind of moves around the party. He orbits.
That gravitational pull just got you stuck.
Just wanna go.
Does it?
You're
does
just
it
so
happen
interesting.
Does it happen
No.
even when you don't want it to? Like, you keep passing, and then all of a sudden you're like, "Wait, I want to speak to Jojo." Damn it! Now I have to go around the party again. Yeah. So everyone's kind of
Obsessive scouting disorder.
So I ask because I'm trying to think of who would be at the back of the group.
Soup,
Yeah,
and
probably
then
Just at different
if
times.
it's
50% of the time.
So I imagine it was me and Eridan, then Ton and Orin, and then Soup wandering, and then you wherever you like. So the back would be Ton and Orin for a bit of it.
All right. So Oren, you hear in your head.
What kind of magic does the purple do?
The fuck was that?
This is juicy, yes.
Did you say something? And he's gonna kind of look up to like Soup and then look over to Jojo. Did you?
I know I'm almost always talking, but not this time.
Boy,
Did you hear something, Orin?
thanks.
Soup just pats you on the shoulder. She's like,
And then he's gonna have a kind of like an internal monologue real quick and just be like, okay, wait, fucking magic users. All right, hold on, wait. And he's gonna go inside his head.
Yes, you can respond.
Sorry, I'm writing.
I just never answered my question.
Who is this?
You don't know?
Blink, is that you?
Who the fuck do you think it was?
Oh fuck, I don't know. You're speaking in my goddamn head. I don't like it. Why don't you just ask me the fucking question?
Because I don't want the purple one to hear it.
Sorry, what kind of... I don't really know what kind of magic she does. She does a lot with her sword. She hums and casts lightning and other kind of crazy shit. I don't know.
So she's not the necromancer.
Fuck, I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't think she really knows.
But you haven't seen her advantage. It's always good in defense, huh?
She's good in scrap. She's not the type to actually willingly hurt somebody.
Thanks, that's all I need to know.
And I'll walk up to Aridin and tap her on the shoulder.
Oh, hello.
I found this, and I thought maybe you'd find it useful, and I'm gonna hand over the spellbook.
Where did you get this?
There was a bookstore. Some bookseller came in with the refugees.
Can I read it?
Some bookseller came in with the refugees.
Yeah, I love that.
What an excuse for a wizard's tome. I love it.
I feel like Aridin's like, I've heard weirder shit. I don't know.
Don't knock me, Ray. Come on.
Oh no, I love it. I love it. Don't get it twisted. I love it.
Don't get it twisted. Sorry.
I
I
really
really
go fight a
It's like-
dragon. You're gonna be in so much trouble.
should be used to it by now,
Note
but
to self, Aridin dies in episode 20. No. It is a spell tome.
can I
And
read
you
it?
find, you definitely can. Inside, you find a few spells that you could go ahead and copy into your book if you have the materials to do so. You find, hang on, let me pull up.
New spells, new spells, new spells. After I spend so much gold. As soon as I can afford it.
Hold on to your gold.
So you find hypnotic pattern.
Yes.
You find mirror image, and you find magic missile.
I have that one already. That's fine. The other two are exciting.
You also find Tensor's floating disc, if you don't already have that as well.
Oh, we already have Palisari.
But now I can make one for Soup, or I can make one for Orin. Like, it's very exciting.
It's just gonna be Ashtalora's throne. We all know that.
Note to self.
Idea has been logged.
Suddenly.
Just kidding. Ashtalora can already fly.
True. There are a few other spells that have clearly been etched in, but they're either ones that you already own or they are cantrips. You're not able-
Are there any Saitiara spells?
No.
Okay.
No. Definitely not a moon-marked book. It's just a regular old spell book.
A regular old spell book.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
Great, don't start speaking differently just because Cola's making fun of you.
I have a bad habit of copying people.
Okay. I'm just
And it's
getting
gonna get me in trouble one day.
hit left, right, and
Sometimes
center.
it's not even like I think something's funny. I just think it sounds cool. And then I try to say it. I'm like, oh no, that was out loud.
I have that impulse where I have to say that now. I cannot help it.
And it's not gonna be good.
Just curious. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
Has the day, Chris, affected the way that it's having the side there?
Not currently.
Can I send Ashtalora ahead just to make sure nothing's out there?
I mean, there's a lot out there in the wasteland.
Well, yeah, but I want to be ahead of the curve.
Mhm.
Don't you sass me.
You can go ahead and keep a range enough to scout through. There are still many Kruthic, blink dogs, and other such aberrations and monstrosities that wander these lands.
Is Blink still next to me?
After I gave you the book, I probably would have backed off from the group a little bit, and the last thing Oren hears in his head is,
By the way, don't share that you did this. It's always so much fun just to see everyone's reaction.
Ugh.
In that case, since I'm walking next to Jotram Pavasari, I'm just going to put a hand on Pavasari, and my eyes glow, and so does the moon on my forehead, and as I send Ashtalora forward.
Would the rings be done at that point?
It's about a day's travel. So if you go ahead and you can camp halfway through and take a quick rest, and that'll give you enough time to get everything.
So can we assume that we're at a point in the day where the rings are done? Because if we would that be okay with everybody?
Yeah, that's what I mean. During this journey, you'd be able to kind of go ahead and work on Pavasari. You can go ahead and camp, which will give you a bit of extra time as well. And then when you get to your destination, or just before your destination, they definitely will be.
Okay. So as you're scouting, after a little while, you feel something on your ring finger on your right hand, because just this small wiggle. But then he just doesn't call you back, doesn't shake it, doesn't do anything like that while you keep scouting.
Do you want me to roll for Ashtalora?
Yeah, you can roll a perception check if you'd like.
I wish I could add the Tress of Stat Block to my sheet.
I think you...
You can if you own Storm King's Thunder. Not own Storm King's Thunder, you
For
can.
perception, that is a 17.
17. Okay.
A 17.
Using Ashtalora, you can go ahead and the party can navigate past the majority of the roaming monsters and issues that you see. As you're continuing, you do see very, 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 very far into the distance what appears to be possibly another city. But it appears to be, on the outside anyway, dilapidated and ruined from what you can see here. You are kind of leading just off to the left from it. There is a small collection of what appear to be old ruined farmland that appear to have small black purple crystals that appear to be growing out of these little farm buildings themselves.
I relay that. A strange farm with purple crystals coming out of it.
That would be our mark.
Obsidian. Do they create obsidian?
Torn kind of turns towards you. Haven't encountered a gem dragon before. I don't blame you.
What's the difference between a gem dragon and a regular dragon?
Honestly, not as much as you'd think. They can still use their elemental weapons, but they're also able to manipulate the gems to their side too. Each gem dragon has a particular proficiency in something. For Obsidian, it is... He kind of looks around, just still keeping an eye on the skies. It is a talent for messing with people's minds. Obsidian dragons have incredible psychic potential. Thankfully, this is a young one, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue, but...
Great. I love it when people are inside me head.
This is a little different. Instead of, well, kind of a slight, kind of sarcastic smile goes along his face. They are more focused around destroying it rather than being in it. I mean, there is a bright side. Obsidian Dragons are considered probably one of the most powerful kinds of gem dragon, but that does also mean that they do not have any other alliances, even with their own kin. So we should definitely only be expecting the one.
I guess that's somewhat fortunate news.
I did my digging.
Should be fun.
Found out what I could.
Why do you all sound so distressed? I think it would be fun. Should be a good time. An adventure you can write home about.
Not dying is also good.
Well, that too. Oh, that reminds me. I'm gonna start digging in my pack. So, the purple one can cast spells. What about the rest of you?
Yeah. Oh, I can. Soup can a little bit. Orton has some sort of elemental magic. I don't know if it's spell based or.
I'm gonna pull out the 2 healing potions. Kind of looks like if we were in a tavern, it'd look like I'm holding 2 bottles of beer. So you don't need these?
Well, no, soup, Orton, and I mean, you probably can use them, right? I can heal, but I don't have a lot of spells that I can do a day.
I can heal, but it's not
Soup and Orton.
soup and Orin.
If you don't have one for yourself, Orton. Soup and
Yeah.
I didn't even check my equipment list, did I? I'm pretty sure I took one.
You would probably have a couple.
Breaking the
on you.
4th wall here for just a minute.
Yeah, you would probably have a few.
No
I
fourth
will.
wall, it's been a while.
I will hand off the 2 potions that I nicked.
And I imagine that you would have 2 on your person yourself, as you have been you've been out and about and traveling. So
Yeah.
Pretty decent.
Thank you very much.
I don't lie when I promise presents.
Smells old.
Thrift store bookkeepers.
Why does this healing potion smell like mothballs?
actually,
And what kind of healing potion would that be, actually?
regular.
That's what
Soup, what's your passive perception?
No.
Terrible. Awful. It is 9.
Okay.
Oh God.
He is not perceptive.
Okay.
Which is interesting.
Yes. He is good at investigation, but he is not perceptive.
Smells familiar.
That's
Smells.
what I thought.
Oh
Smells familiar
no.
to him. Okay.
Oh
he
no. Oh
That's what
no.
that crossbow bolt was about.
he starts to put it back and then he stops. He pulls it back out. And he keeps walking, he doesn't make a scene of him investigating it, but he just keeps looking at it. And he smells it some more. And he's trying to place it.
Oh
Roll an
my
investigation check.
God. Oh no.
This is fine. It's fine.
Stress. Oh.
31.
Let's see who won. You might know a little bit
30.
about this. Just a touch.
31? 3-1? 3-1?
And he didn't say natural 20 either.
No,
Wow.
that's a lot of investigation. Is that like a double?
Wait a minute.
Double
No, wait.
proficiency?
No. I mixed
Did
that
you
up.
add wrong?
21. Yes, I did.
Okay.
Okay.
I looked at the wrong thing. I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. I'm like, because I'm looking at my passive investigation, and I'm like, that's the right numbers, and the math is right, but you used the wrong, or that's the wrong number, but the math is right.
I was going to say, holy hell. Nothing escapes soup, apparently.
No, he's not that good.
You sit there and you mull it over for a second, and you kind of going through, and you're like, all right, this is definitely familiar. Your mind flashes back to a particular conversation and a particular handshake with an individual that you wrapped up a few threads with recently on your return to Yelton.
I don't know if he knows what to do with that information. He holds onto it, looks curiously at it for a little while, and then kind of like moves over to Blink and is like, "Where'd you tell you got this again?"
Oh, boy.
I don't look at soup. I'm just looking ahead as I'm walking. I got it from a thrift shop.
Oh, God.
That's not technically a lie, is it?
It's not. He's like, "You sure?"
I will stop at that and turn and look you dead in the eyes. Positive.
His like little reptilian pupils kind of like shrink a bit and narrow, and he just kind of goes, "Okay." He puts it away and just keeps walking.
Was ready for the roll off there. Okay. Ashtalora, I would like you to make an intelligence saving throw, please.
Yay.
While she's doing that, Jotra was going to pull out a bit of wood and then give it to Han to use as a from the.
He looks towards you and just, "I'll be fine. Don't worry about it."
How do saving throws work for creatures?
Street.
Is it just
So-
the modifier plus?
The modifier, and then if they're proficient, then they get their proficiency added.
Not that it matters. I got a natural one.
No.
Wait, for Astralora?
For Ashtalora.
Oh crap, she's more than 30 feet away from us.
She's away. Yeah, no, nothing on that.
Do I have time to bamf her out if I'm
No.
looking? No.
No, because it's not a visual thing.
Fuck.
As Ashtalora's flying along, there is the slightest bit of a silhouette that catches her eyes before she then takes 6 points of psychic damage.
Don't familiars only have like 3 hit points?
So she...
No, I have to cast Find Familiar. No. As I'm holding on to Jotra, my hand tightens.
Did you? Is it? Are you okay?
Something got Ashtalora. She's gone.
Okay. Do you see this? What it looked like at all?
It was really fast. It was out of the corner of her eye. It was just a shadow. I didn't even see it.
Heads up, everybody! Ashtalor's down. It's close. It's close. And Jotra's gonna like pull out a shield and get his whip sword ready and just kind of like.
Pull his quarterstaff out.
Got my double-sided scimitar. 'Cause I'm cool.
You take a look to the side of you and you see this little shadow has now kind of become a small draconic blob that appears to be flying back to this collection of crystals that appears to be kind of growing out of this farmland.
And I shoot it.
You can. It's definitely out of your range, but you can sure as hell try.
Nope. If it's out of range, I will not attempt it.
Oh no. Oh no.
It is. You're probably going to have to spend another 15 minutes actually getting close enough to this area to provoke its ire. But it just saw Ashtalora floating in the air. It was like, ooh, food.
Oh, baby.
So, it's mine. My poison. I'll lead.
Everybody, just be ready. Be alert.
Yeah.
Keep your eye out on the sky.
Fierce.
Jotra. You hear in your head.
No.
Don't be stupid. The poison is not a death sentence. It doesn't mean you have to go rushing out into that torch tract. Alright? Courage now.
I think oh no, I'm afraid, and I'm just being afraid so that way I can be brave later. Gotta be afraid sometimes. And then start kind of like, yeah, and then start floating away on his turtle in front of everybody, trying to be brave.
The last thing
You hear is courage is not the absence of fear.
You're telling me.
Eridan's gonna look down at her hand and notice the ring.
So, you have the cog ring where it has the teeth on the top, and you can spin it with just your thumb, and it just kind of rotates around, and it's made of this beautiful polished platinum, and so it has a total of probably like, say, between probably 7 gears. Or no, how many runes are on your sword? Like down the blade? Is it like 6 or 7?
Yeah.
So however many runes are on your blade, he put that many gears in it. And then you can just spin it, and it's smooth. It's really, really smooth and glide, like almost. It's clearly been made to spin quickly and freely.
Would I be able to, while we're approaching, coat my short sword?
Definitely.
Okay.
And as you're doing this, you kind of hear an echo through your mind as you hear, we have found ourselves in an interesting moment.
Interesting indeed. Let's see if they last.
As they turn,
Ray, you're kind of muffled.
hopefully that fixes it.
Yeah, that's better. What did you say?
She responds, well, hopefully. But what if they do? It's free biggins. And she pauses for a moment, and then she says, another tally to miss. We're doing well.
Again, let's see if they last. Let's not get too far ahead. You know what happens when we do that.
There's a slight laugh that kind of trails off as the presence fades back into your subconscious. You continue to approach this small area. You hear the wing beats as this creature just kind of, as you come around, you can now see it past the crystals itself. A rather young, rather small, it's actually probably not much bigger than Pavasari, honestly. It's a very, very, probably the size, just slightly larger than a turtle, than a large turtle. Its wing spread, however, is obviously much bigger. As it's kind of flapping and beginning to shake itself, it lays down for a moment, just essentially staring you down. And Torn goes ahead and just suddenly stops and just sits down. He puts his shield down, he puts it in front of him. He puts his sword down and puts it in front of him. And he reaches into his bag and he pulls out this small powder and begins to kind of dust it in a circle around the area. One moment.
Are you doing something, or does he have you?
It's me. He kind of cracks his knuckles, puts his hands together, and begins to kind of just mumble under his breath. For just a moment.
Hold on. Are we sure there's no other? Only this.
Shh.
It's either this
For
or your
just
life.
one moment. And he will choose. He's going to choose Oren, he's going to choose Jodra, and he's going to choose Soup. And he is going to channel divinity, Watcher's Will. So you have advantage on all intelligence saves, all wisdom saves, and all charisma saves for a few turns at the start of battle.
Int, charisma, and whiz.
All the
Yes.
mental.
Yeah, all the mental stuff.
Cool.
As you see, interestingly, his magic doesn't match his god. The symbol that is on his shield is of Gratulitz, the ebb and the flow, deity of the sea, of storms, the moons, etc. Doesn't seem to be anything kind of water related about this magic. It's definitely more towards a light. A light and a glowing as this all happens. And the three of you find yourselves bolstered mentally with a certain fortitude.
Oh, that feels strange but good.
Don't you slip some coffee to me.
No, I learned my lesson. I wouldn't do that again.
While after Ton does that, Erin's gonna hold her sword and as the sword lights up and she uses her blade song.
One grabs his shield, grabs his sword, pulls himself up, and rests a hand on Jodra. As he just says, feeling guilt.
Yeah, always. Not always, especially now.
If someone chooses to knock it unconscious, I'll see what I can do. That's all I can promise.
We can at least try.
How loud is Ton saying this?
Loud enough for everyone to hear.
Jotrin, you in your head, you hear,
Allowed to make a decision. I see what you would like, Riggs.
as his hand lifts off your shoulder. Just bear in mind, these are destructive and selfish creatures. The Obsidian Dragons especially are rather stuck in their old ways. There are exceptions still, even within what little dragonkind still exists in the world, but, well, this thing is not one of those. He kind of just nods towards you once and begins to step forward.
This thing is watching us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It seems to know you're there. But
Okay.
Game plan.
it's pretty cocky.
How do we
Knock
want
it
to
out.
approach this? Just run up and go, or pretend we're walking by? What do you think?
Fly up and be a distraction.
Well, really dumb idea.
That's never good.
Well, we could talk to it. It's not that much larger than any of. We could just be like, hey, one road out of here that you live. We could try to intimidate it into being subdued. It doesn't seem stupid. Enlarge somebody to intimidate it. Long shot.
I'm gonna go this way. He like moves to flank it.
I look over at Ton. Should I be a distraction? Or should we surround it?
There's a moment as he's just staring forwards. He already knows we're here. If you wish to attempt to convince it, you may.
Okay.
I will be ready regardless.
That was nothing. And Jotra's going to hop on Pavasari and kind of like, he's gonna come up with his shield all the way in front of him, and just like the bear type of his head poking out. He's gonna, hi, my name's Jotra, and I'm gonna die from a poison. The only cure is, well, it's part of you. It's your glands, and I don't want to kill you, but there's so many people who are so talented at killing, and there's no reason anybody has to die here. Especially since, you know, I built something the size of you that could probably easily kill you, and we don't want to kill you. I just want to live, and I want you to live too. And please don't make us kill you. Jotra,
Orin's
by the way,
flanking
what's
the
your
other way.
name?
So if Soup's going this way, Orin's going this way right now.
Aridin is like behind Jotra, but not in plain sight. Followed him immediately.
I love when I make a decision, people are like, oh my.
Listen, Jotra's too pure, too good for this world. We don't deserve him.
That's one way.
As you've come closer, you can now see these purple-black glass-like scales that cover across its entire body. It almost seems nonchalant about your approach until you address it directly. It begins to lift itself up and slowly but surely stretches its wings outwards. And its head tilts towards you. Why exactly should I care?
About your own life? I mean, most things do.
My own life is fine. Why should I care about yours?
Oh, good, arrogance. That's just what we need right now. So, I mean, I don't know if you've noticed, but your Rounded, you know that much. Lots of magic, lots of bullshit gonna be coming to kill you. Some people who've specifically killed dragons before. Things that know all, the fun weak spots and gross bits that, shoot and chop off and hack and kill. I'm just trying to get that little throat gland and, well, I mean, the rest of you could be used to make really cool armor. I mean, I made this at, he starts pointing at, like things that he's, oh yeah, and this was built out of a tree goddess and, the other things that we've killed before, but I guess, I wanted to give you a chance because, let's face it, I mean, I'm not doing this out of arrogance, and I just, it doesn't have to go any other way than that. I could compensate you, I could pay you for it, I could make something out of the obsidian, we could trade, we could barter.
What is it exactly that you want?
What gland? The gland in your throat? I don't know. I think you have 2 of them. I'm not sure. I'm not the person who's used to making, multiple antidotes and stuff out of other dragons in pieces, and they aren't too worried about you at all. They were just like, hey, let's just go kill that dragon real quick. It's gonna be fun. And I was like, no, I don't really like killing things that don't have to die so I can live. But I will if I have to. I'm dead serious. We will. I don't.
You want to take an organ from me?
Yeah.
You want to take, and her head rises and she kind of throws out a puff of flame that quickly disperses just into the air. Just.
Oh, are we showing off? That's great.
You want to take that?
Yeah. I mean, if that stops me from dying, I have to. You're smart. You knew what you had to do not to die. Please. Sweating so much.
She begins to scan across the party. Quite serpentine in comparison to some of the images that you've probably seen of dragons before, being relatively bulky. This one's a little longer, a little slender, a little more aerodynamic in profile almost. The neck kind of cranes upwards, looks between all of you. All right. An organ for an organ.
Only me negotiating there, so you can pick something from me, because they all just want to kill you.
She's looking out. Her eyes look with soup. Strange. Another scale, brother. You one of the smart ones or one of the stupid ones?
When she locks eyes with him, he smirks and fires.
As the firing goes off, Jojo's gonna reach out and try to cast Reduce on the dragon. No, he won't. That's stupid. Not gonna be it. He is. He's just gonna try to lightning lure it to him and try to pull it out of the way of the bolt.
Okay, yeah, you can get those 2 attacks off.
Ooh. Sorry for that noise it just made. Oh boy.
Ooh.
Oh, I don't need to roll for this. Strength saving throw 16.
Oh yeah, it's a strength save. It's good at strength, so we'll see.
What? A dragon?
What was that?
16.
Yeah, it actually fails. You only got a 14.
Is there any way that I don't know if I was quick enough. I don't know if it's possible for me to be quick enough, but 4 points of lightning damage.
Yeah, are you trying to pull it out of the way of the shot, or are you trying to just pull it towards you?
Just, I don't think, there's no way Judge would think he could miss it, but he sees a fire and he's just going to try to pull it towards him so it can't get away, knowing that it is on.
Sue, what did you hit?
Right, I will attack it then.
Yeah. And let me know your damage.
Okie dokie. Alright, that is a dirty 20.
Okay.
That's what I do like.
Yes.
Good.
That is a 21.
I feel like an asshole. It's a baby, but also it's kind of a dick. I don't know. What?
It just said, just a young dragon. It didn't say baby dragon.
Yeah. Babies are honorable.
No, it's a teenager. It's old enough to know better. Well, a dragon teenager. It's like what?
At least like 2,000 years old.
I was gonna say it's like what, 50 years or something for them
Oh,
to.
I don't know. I feel like
Old enough
dragons
to
are-
know better, young enough not to care.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So as he pulls the trigger, the release, and quickly loads again to fire again, you see his bowstring as he kind of tickles it with his claws, kind of light up this this pale blue, and this frost kind of rises off of it. And he fires a second shot, and his second shot is with the frozen bowstring.
All right. Frostbite and bowstring. Okay.
So the 20 and 21 hit, I guess. Okay. So that is going to be total of 28 damage. 6 of it is cold.
8 points of damage. Okay.
Then, could I do a bonus action, or are we just one action?
It will just be one action, considering that was what you called out. I would like everyone to roll initiative, however. As it's definitely going to fire back.
What? That's ridiculous. I don't understand this aggression. Can't we all just be friends?
Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends?
As these 2 arrows fire, they clatter and crash across the kind of almost gem-like hide of this creature. The lightning lord then wraps around one of its legs, and you go ahead and you give it a tug. It looks really cocky until suddenly its leg is taken out from under it, and it kind of actually gets dragged that 10 foot. It's pretty surprised.
As this look of surprise goes across his face, Jotro's face just goes. Tried to warn you. As he reels him in 15 feet or 10 feet.
Okay, that's not a very good initiative. It's fine. Okay, beautiful. Most of you actually got pretty good. Most of you did okay. Okay, so that'll be definitely Oren first there.
Aren't you glad you got to go first?
Damn it!
Yeah.
Ha.
I love you.
On a roll tonight.
So Torn got a 20. Look at him go. Paladin with actually a little bit of dex. Blink.
Aridin.
Aaron.
And Chotra.
Yep.
Jotra representing with the 3.
Natural 1, baby.
Look, no one's the cleric, so someone has to get the bad roll.
Hey, I can heal.
I was gonna say it's one of the ones with healing spells. It defaults to you and Aridin and the terrible initiative rolls.
Would bountiful luck affect initiative rolls?
It's an ability check, so yeah.
Oh, snap, Kavizil.
How close am I to Jotra? I mean, I'm
Probably
flanking
not.
around, but
Oh, yeah, I guess.
within
'Cause
30?
yeah, all initiative is a dex check. So,
Oh, snap.
Okay,
All right.
within 30?
yeah.
In that
Okay,
case, that'll be a 21.
Oh.
Okay. I'm just
1
gonna
to
go ahead
19.
and-
That'll.
Only slightly better.
Only slightly. So it's actually Oren Jotra.
Jotra.
Torn. Okay.
He's
All right.
really high.
You are up first, Jotra, on deck.
All right. Let's see. What will I like to do?
What you like to do? It's not a question I can answer, unfortunately.
I would like to get off my equipment page first, is what I would like to do, and go back to my auctions. How far away am I from it currently?
Like 50 foot,
50?
maybe a bit less. Like probably about 40, depending on how close you got while that whole exchange was going on.
Right. Okay. Then. Shoot. Yeah. Okay. So I will go my max speed. I'm gonna run up to it, 35 feet. So I'm like within like 15 feet of it. Still not really close enough to really do any monk shit. So I will cast the Radiant Sunbolt.
Monk shit.
I
Yeah,
monk
a little bit of monk shit. Ranged monk shit. And that will be a 21 to hit.
Will definitely hit.
Sweet. Alright, and then that's going to be d6 plus 5. Alright, 11 for fire damage.
Okay. As you go ahead and fire this sunbolt, it definitely connects and you watch it reel back, but the fire appears to scatter across the gems. It doesn't deal as much damage as you were hoping it would.
Okay. Since I'm still out of range, I'm gonna go ahead and just burn. The fire didn't do a lot. That's worth a key point. I'm gonna burn a key point, and I'm gonna do that twice more.
Yeah. Sun monk.
Some sort of flurry.
Right? Kind of. All right, and then oh shit. So that's another plus 8. Another 21 and a 23.
Both will hit.
Awesome. And then plus the 5s. Okay, so 10 and 9. 19 damage on that.
19 damage. Okay.
Whatever that's reduced
Hello,
to
Raiders.
because he's resistance.
We got raiders?
Curry Kalale
We got
with a party of
raiders.
43.
Hello, Curry Kalale.
Hello, people.
Hello.
Oh,
We're fighting a
Yes.
dragon, an itty bitty dragon, but a
It's
dragon.
obsidian, though.
An obsidian
and,
dragon. Yes.
We're also raising money for Rain and Earth Day Network. And we're going to be doing that all month. And we're running streams on Tuesdays and Fridays in addition to our Mondays. Yeah, come hang out with us. We're going to play a whole bunch of indie games on Fridays. It's going to be really cool. And yeah, we're fighting a dragon at level.
It's to cure my psychic
5.
poison.
It's only an itty bitty dragon. It's an itty bitty dragon.
It's still
okay.
a dragon.
Fine.
I know.
All right, I have lots more
Us.
stupid ideas. It's all good.
Like what you see, hit that follow, and help us out with the charity drive, and come and visit us on
Hello.
Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Thank you.
And check out our Twitter. That's where all the updates are. Yes, Oren.
all right. That will actually end my turn.
Beautiful. Okay, 2 more bolts just straight smash into the side of this dragon. Again, doesn't really do as much damage as you were hoping, as the fire just scatters across its body. Alrighty. Cool. Jotra, you are up. Soup, you are on deck.
So Jotra is going to say, "Bad day to learn humility," and he's going to tap Pavasari and cast Enlarge. So Pavasari becomes a large creature,
Okay.
and so that means he has advantage on strength checks, and he has enhanced damage, and he's going to be like, "Hold him down, Pav," and Pavasari is going to reach out to bite the neck of the dragon and try to grapple him down to the floor.
So, right, for context, Pavasari is a giant flying metal turtle.
Yes!
It's like medium-sized as opposed to Jotra's small size. So all of a sudden it's now large.
I'm a Zwerfneblin artificer who's riding his battle
Battle turtle.
turtle, my steel defender, into battle. Yeah, it's good. It's a good thing.
Okay, so you're going to go ahead and attempt to grapple?
Yep. I'm gonna grab his like kind of neck with his head and just kind of use his now larger size.
Don't you? Yeah. All right. I kind of want to fail this roll.
Have to do real good.
How does a 20 do you?
Barely makes it. I have a 23 because he got advantage. It was a 2.
Okay.
Get wrecked.
It's got a +4. It's fine. It's definitely gonna. No, doesn't matter. All right. Pavasari goes ahead and chomps down on the serpentine neck of this creature. It goes ahead and kind of reels back in pain, or reels back as much as it can before it's suddenly jolted back forwards. Its neck now like close to the ground. Okay.
Wow.
That's my
Anything
turn.
else you'd like to do, Jojo? All right.
Action, bonus action move.
You are up, and then Blink, you are on deck. Torn does have his turn in between.
Right. Soup sees that he's not damaging this creature very much, so he's just like, thinks about it for a moment, takes out and loads his crossbow with this this bolt that looks familiar to those who've been watching up to now. But it's a bolt with just like green, kind of a green glow to it, with like some runic text wrapped around it in Draconic. And he's going to fire. That is it's probably going to miss, actually. That's a 14.
A 14 does unfortunately miss.
All right.
The bolt just cracks and actually shatters against the skin. It doesn't appear to have penetrated at all.
He growls frustration. Next is a 22.
22 will hit, though.
All right. And that is going to be a 9 piercing damage. And then he's going to fire one more time with an action surge. And that's going to be 26. That's going to be 10 piercing damage.
26 might hit, maybe, just a little bit.
He looks, after that, he he keeps his crossbow out, but he looks down at his feet, and the one of the lace that's wrapped around his big toe kind of glows a little bit, and he smiles and like takes off, moves around to get behind the dragon.
Around his big toe. Yes. That's where you picked. Love it. Okay, cool. Torn is going to go ahead, and as soon as it's grappled, it can't move anywhere. He's going to go ahead and run up and smack it in the face. Perfectly. That is his current plan. Oh, he says. That is a 21. That hits. Go Torn. He's going to burn a first level Divine Smite into that as well. Because he can. Paladin stuff. Which ends up being 11, 16, 18 points of damage. As he goes ahead and just swings this sword down, it crashes against the scales, and then there's this flash of white-like energy that goes ahead and just kind of cascades through a section. Yeah, he doesn't really have any... no, he can bonus action. He'll go ahead and cast Shield of Faith on Jotra, since you are the one who is the scariest right now. So that is a +2 to your AC, because yeah, you and Pavasari are in like the scariest, the scariest spot. Cool. Blake, you are up. Eridan on deck.
All right, so I now see that combat has ensued. I crack my neck a little bit, and then I'm going to use my bonus action to dash. Now, since I can get 80 feet in my dash, can I, like, scooch around behind this dragon, or at least away from the mouth?
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
So I'd like to do that. And as I, like, speed through the group and I come up around this dragon, I'm going to turn and try to stab it.
Yeah,
And
you
hopefully
definitely
get my
can.
poison to get under its skin. Let's hope.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Why did I suddenly forget how fighting is in D&D?
What is
Oh my gosh,
combat?
how to fight?
What is it? How do?
Manage for
All right,
grapple,
so
right?
21.
Yeah, 21 hits.
All right. So that is, what am I looking at? D6. Okay. D6 plus. All right. Plus. That'll be a gross 6 points of damage. And then it has to make a 14 Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
I'm going to hope it's really bad.
You're right. That is a 2 plus its modifier, so it fails.
Yes! So that's 2d8.
Nice.
So that's 8 plus 13 points of poison damage on top of my 6.
13, and surprisingly, it's not resistant to poison. The young
Action,
ones aren't.
bonus action. I think that is it. Let me just check one little thing on my feet real quick to make sure I understand.
You were flanked. As a rogue, you would get sneak attack because you had advantage on the hit.
Okay, I wasn't sure if because it could see us if sneak attack still worked. So do I roll my 3d6?
It's currently being grappled by Pavasari, so its head is like half buried into the dirt right now. So it's aware of your presence, but it doesn't know exactly where you are. So definitely you would get sneak attack.
Okay, so then in that case, 13 additional.
All right. Look at the rogue doing rogue stuff.
Yeah.
That's all right. The minute it turns around, I'm dead. It's fine.
I'll do
so
everything I
think
can to prevent that.
right? Bonus action. So yeah, I'm all set.
Okay, Eridan, you are up. It'll be Orin on deck as we go ahead and reset the initiative order.
Oh boy. Okay. How far is it from me?
Probably about 40 foot. Kind of the same as Orin, unless you were deliberately a little closer.
Okay, then I'm going to use my full movement, and is it on the ground?
It's on the ground. It's not flying. And yeah, it's grappled, so it can't fly even if it wanted to.
Right, giant turtle. So yeah, I'll run up and I give my double-sided scimitar a spin, and I shoot out a witch bolt.
Okay.
This die hasn't been nice. Let's try it. No, maybe I'll try this one. No, it's fine. It's cool. Whatever. Where is my witch bolt? Hello.
Wizard problems. Where is my spells?
Where are spells? Why are spells?
I imagine she's just standing up there with her tome, like, okay, which one is it?
No, not me.
It's choice paralysis. It's the problem with wizards.
16 to hit?
16 will miss, unfortunately.
No. Why does
As the witch
Aaron
bolt.
do this to me?
As the witch
Rude.
bolt cracks and scatters against the scales.
I'll curse in Celestial under my breath, and that's my turn. And then
Okay.
Cole will pout as a bonus action.
You can blade dance as a bonus action?
Blade Dance before they got into the fight.
Oh,
So that's
I
already,
did it
that's
already.
already up.
that's right.
Yeah.
You said the.
I casted
Ah.
mage armor in the morning.
Okay, so Eridan's gone. It'll be the dragon's turn. It is grappled, so it's not going to bother actually physically attacking, and instead, it's just going to make you all do an intelligence saving throw.
Oh no.
Oh.
All of us?
Everyone.
Oh, what-
Advantage
oh, what's-
on those from
Goody.
from
Torn
Tom,
gave
right?
us advantage on that, yeah. For
Torn
Soup, Jotra,
gave,
and Orin.
yeah, Torn gave Soup, Joshua, and
This-
Orin advantage on that.
Jotra's
This
gonna
guy
be-
is grounded.
Jotra's opposite Eridan. I got a 28.
That's a wisdom or an
Those are
intelligence?
Intelligence.
That's good.
Okay.
Oh no! Why?
That's an
With
11.
advantage?
Yes! I just got a 6 and a 4!
Oh no!
No.
Oh dear.
11,
Oh.
4.
15?
No, that's the worst number.
Yeah, it's like maybe,
Okay.
but probably not.
What did Jotra get?
23.
Okay, that definitely saves.
25. I got a natural 20.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
So Blink and Jotra are good.
Oh no.
Everyone else takes 20 points of psychic damage.
Ow.
And you are
Machi,
considered
machi.
and you are considered frightened
Ooh.
Shit.
as suddenly the dragon screeches, not roars, screeches. Jotra and Blink, it catches you off guard, but you're just able to shake it. Eridan, something clicks in your brain as suddenly your vision goes dark and comes back up. And you don't see anyone around you. Your allies are gone. The dragon is gone. And instead, you just see a silhouetted figure standing towards you. The fear and dread enters your mind as she goes ahead and pulls her curved blade from her sheath and pulls it towards her. Again, Eridan. Again. As you recognize the face of Matrana before you. Orin, you have a similar experience where this everyone kind of fades and the dragon itself also vanishes as you're looking at the wilderness around you. You see 3 silhouettes standing side by side by side. And as they vanish, you see one standing. You recognize your master from the monastery with a almost horrifying visage around him. As his skin appears to be cracking and burning, he almost begins to snarl at you as he stands there ready with his quarterstaff in hand. Soup. This happens to you as well, as everyone around you vanishes. And you don't see a person. You are staring towards where the dragon was, and instead you see a large black gateway. And it looms and almost uncomfortably seems to radiate this aura of just fear around you. It can't do anything else this turn. It can't move. So that is going to be its turn. Okay. Orin, you are up. Jotra on deck. You are considered frightened. So bear that in mind.
Okay, now are we flashback to reality, or am I still standing in front of Brother Thothrax?
You are still standing in front of the brother.
Okay. Shit. And does he seem like hostile and like about to attack me, or do I just like see him and I'm like, oh, Master?
Yeah, you're still like you're still very much in combat mode. He seems ready to attack, and it's like it's not real, but it's still really unnerving.
Okay.
Seeing this individual that you'd spend so much time with suddenly kind of like with this bloodlust around him.
Okay. All right. Then if I can determine like, okay, I'm in danger here, then I will retaliate. I will attack. I will. I'm just going to attack with my quarterstaff. I'm just going to kind of swing at him.
Okay.
Oh, that's not great. That is 17 to hit.
17 will miss, unfortunately, as suddenly his quarterstaff moves and just catches yours. There's a slight, as it connects, there's a slight splinter of those obsidian shards, which kind of brings you back to reality as you kind of pull yourself back, close your eyes, and kind of shake your head, and you return back to reality.
Okay. Now, so here's my question. As we come back to reality, did I just attack the dragon?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So that means that I could actually use my multi-attack, so attack twice. So I'm gonna swing it with my quarterstaff again. That one's much better. 22.
That'll hit.
Sweet. All right. And that is with quarterstaff. 9. 9 damage, just bludgeoning.
9 damage. All right.
And then bucket flurry blows with my quarterstaff. So here come 2 more. And it's going to be a 17 and a 22.
17 misses, 22 hits.
Alright. Still one-handed, so it's just going to be another 8 bludgeoning.
8 bludgeoning. All right. Awesome.
And I am right up on him, so that would be it for me.
Okay. Jotra, you're up. Soup on deck.
Jotra's gonna look down and he's like, I hope that wasn't your ace in the hole, because I got a cure. And he's gonna jump off and flick Calamos at the same time off of his wrist. He's gonna run over and he's going to cast Heroism at 2nd level while he touches Aridin, while also using Calamos to cast a touch spell as familiar on Soup, giving them both 5 points every round, and it removes any frightened effects. Cannot be frightened.
Does indeed.
That helps a lot. Thanks.
We get 5 hit points.
Every round. So you both recover 5 hit points now, and then every round you get 5 more and 5 more as heroes.
Dude,
you keep
that
going
was
on.
so clutch for me in the last battle that we had.
So
this
will
image
was one side effect. It does end the enlarge, which I don't know how that's going to affect the grapple because they're both concentration. So
they are both still medium creatures, so it's fine.
Okay, perfect.
The grapple still stands. So this image of Maitrana Veliaki and this large kind of black portal suddenly fade from both your visions. As Aridin, you feel Jotra's hand on you. Soup, you feel Calamos perched on your shoulder for a moment.
You're muted.
Am I?
You were. Now you're back.
Oh, okay. I was like, no, I unmuted. I don't know what to do. Okay. I put my hand on Jotra's and give it a squeeze.
Welcome back.
Yeah. Thank you.
Just gonna turn around next to her, shield and whip sword in hand. His bonus action's gonna count for Pavasar to make grapple, and that's Coach's turn.
All right.
Is there any way I can throw an intimidation check in there when after I just basically that was it? That's all you got?
You can try if you'd like.
Not very good at it because I have a minus. Oh, I have a
Try.
plus nothing. I have a plus nothing. Let's see what happens. Oh no, I don't think a 3 is gonna do shit for me.
If only it was a 1.
If only it was a 1. Oh, that's it.
Yeah. It is pretty upset right now. But here's the thing. It's a dragon, yes, but it's young, so it looks like he's smart. It's still a little cocky. It's like, I can deal with it. Okay. Soup, you're up. Blink, you will be on deck. Torn's turns into
Right. Yeah, so Soup snaps out of it. He's just like, and like pauses for just a moment and then goes back to what he was doing. And he's going to attack some more. He's going to fire some more crossbow bolts. This
All
time
right,
from
yeah,
behind
go
the
ahead.
dragon. All right, that is going to be a 17 and a dirty 20.
17. Oh, excuse me. 17 will miss. A 20 will just hit.
Okay. That's going to be 8 piercing damage.
8 points of piercing damage. All right.
And yeah, that'll be my turn for now.
Okay. Another bolt strikes into the side of it. It doesn't appear to be too happy. You can see certain sections of the scales are actually beginning to crack under your assault. Torn is going to go ahead and step back. He's going to pull his sword. He's going to pull his shield backwards. He's going to tap it with his sword and raise it up into the air. And as he does so, this small glimmer of energy appears over the dragon and suddenly bursts down as he casts Moonbeam at second level. And is going to attempt to make it save. Con save 14, rolled an 8 plus... Oh, it's not going to make it. Okay.
Do I need to roll for Pavisari? Is there in the same space?
No.
Okay.
He's aiming it in a way where he's catching, because it's a 5-foot radius 40-foot cylinder. So like you can aim it in a way that it only hits one person. It's not. Moonbeam is lovely. It's pretty nice in comparison to like Sunbeam, for example, where you actually have to make sure you're not hitting other people. Which is going to be 11 points of radiant damage.
Oh.
And he's going to continue concentration on that for now. Blink.
Okay. So, if I'm reading this right,
Mm-hmm.
the dragon is still poisoned until my turn ends,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, I would like to use my action to take another swipe at it. And then does it still have to make the DC 14 Constitution saving throw, or does it just take the poison damage because it failed on the last round?
It has to do it again, but because it's still poisoned, it takes it with disadvantage.
Cool. All right. So first things first. 21.
21 will hit.
Okay.
That is a 17 on the save, though.
Okay, so no poison. 5. Do I still get sneak attack because it's technically grappled?
Still grappled, and you're still on the flank, so definitely.
All right, so that's 5 plus 4, 9, 12, 13, 14 points of piercing damage. No poison. And I think that would be it for me. So.
Okay. It's beginning to look very, very rough at this point. Eridan, you are up. Orin, you're on deck after its turn.
Okay. I'm gonna I'm gonna make a hit with my scimitar. Does 2 weapon fighting? I have to be pole armed to switch to the other side.
No. Dual-bladed scimitar, you can go ahead and use your bonus action to hit the other end.
Okay, that's what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Well, that one doesn't hit. That's like 11. Cool.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, maybe. It's a hard maybe. 17?
17 misses, unfortunately.
My feelings are hurt, guys.
Oh,
No.
It's a dragon.
That's my turn. I think Aridin, as Aridin's attacking, she looks unfocused. Like usually when she strikes, like it is like she's kind of sloppy.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Okay.
Stupid dragon got in her head.
literally.
It is going to go ahead and cast a spell, which does give you Mage Slayer, Aridin, as you are.
I was gonna say, do I see it?
Mm-hmm.
I can attack it?
You can. It's within 5 foot, and it's casting a spell. It's definitely casting a spell.
Okay. I'm gonna smack it. I'm gonna give it the real big smack.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Dirty 20?
That'll just hit.
Oh my god, okay.
At the same time this is happening, Jotra, I'd like you to make a con save, please.
Does the spell have somatic components that it would not be able to do?
Vocal only.
Okay. Said Constitution?
I believe so. Give me 2 seconds just to double check. Dexterity, sorry, not Constitution.
So that's
good.
That's 7 points of slashing damage, but can I also do Booming Blade?
That's actually a good question. I don't think you can because it's considered a
Spell, but it's with a melee attack.
let me read the specifics. Blah blah blah. Cast spell. Use a reaction to make a melee weapon attack against the creature. As part of the because it has to be an action, not a reaction.
Okay, well I tried. 7 points of slashing damage. Oh my god, guys, I did something. I'm like not I'm not like totally useless, y'all.
I got a
Okay, a 16 just saves.
Are you serious?
It's still going to be half of. Its DC is 16, but you go in favor of the player.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So
Alright.
quite literally just saves by the skin of your teeth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 86. As it goes ahead and casts Emulate at 5th level.
Against.
Guess we might not need that gland after all.
6, 12, 22, 32, 33 halved. So 15, 16, round down. Because it's player favor. So 16 points of fire damage.
This little guy from the woods. Toasty!
Instead of the 33 it was about to be.
Oh. Concentration check, I assume.
No.
It will be a concentration check, yes, on the heroism.
No.
So that's no, it's okay. The con saves are good. I have an 18 on that.
DC 10 plus damage half. Yeah.
Perfect. So
Yeah,
still
fine.
heroism, still going.
Mm-hmm. Okay. It can't do a whole lot right now because young ones don't get like legendary actions or anything. It hasn't even had a chance to use its breath weapon, which is pretty pissed about. So it's gonna go ahead and end its turn there. Hasn't had a chance to use either of its breath weapons yet. Orin, you're up. Jotra on deck.
So let me ask you this real quick. Did my being frightened end with the vision, or am I still frightened?
You are. It's only until the end of your turn. So
Okay.
you're no longer frightened.
No longer frightened now. I should probably reactive on that because I did 2 strikes, but it's up to you. I didn't do them at disadvantage.
That's okay. No worries.
Okay. All right. So no longer frightened. I'm sorry. Okay.
Hey, mistakes happen. It's good.
All right. So I'm just gonna whack at him with my quarterstaff because my fire key doesn't do anything. First one is going to be 19.
Okay. A 19 is its armor class, so yes.
Oh, fuck, I thought his armor class was 20. Okay, cool.
I did too.
All right. Okay, so for the first one, should I just roll? Because I'm going to do like 2 more attacks.
Yeah, just roll the roll.
Okay. So that was attack number 1. This is attack number 2. That's going to be 17. That's not going to hit.
Ew.
And
There's a lot of 17s this so far.
I know, right? And then this is going to be my unarmed strike.
Yeah.
As my bonus action. Oh, yeah, that'll hit. It was 19 to begin with, plus 8. 27.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2. Wow. I didn't say that I was holding it with 2 hands, so I'll just roll the d6s. That's fine. And it was 1 strike in the unarmed anyway. So 5, 8, and 9, 17 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, awesome. I also forgot to say that he did take another 2d10 radiant damage from Moonbeam as he started his turn in it as well. Okay.
And that'll do me.
Beautiful. Joshua, you are up. Soup on deck. As this thing is, you can see the glistening kind of gem-like scales across it are beginning to fully now crack under the pressure of the amount of damage it's taking. It is still a young dragon. It hasn't fully developed. It still doesn't have the majority of its resistances. So yeah, it's definitely taking hits. It still looks irritatingly smug as it's still taking down, but it's very clearly also concerned.
And Orin, don't forget your 5 at the beginning of your turn from heroism.
Yeah, it's temporary hit points, so it doesn't stack if Yeah.
If I lose concentration, they're gone. All right, so.
Oh, I didn't think that was on me. I thought that was on Aridin and Soup.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. Brain is somewhere today, I'm sure. So. Yeah, Jotra is going to kind of stay where he's at. He's going to draw some stones across his gauntlet and charge them, and then do huck through 2 magic stone throws.
Okay.
First one is a dirty 20. Second one is another dirty 20. What the hell? 6. 3.
Hit 'em, guys!
8 plus 5 plus 5, so 18 points of magic bludgeoning damage stones. And as he looses them, he's just again to be like, real bad day to learn humility. Could be your last. Think it over. Banging up.
Drunkle.
Say Drunkle. Okay.
That's a whole other uncle.
Anything else, Jojo?
No, I think that's it. Other than Calamus is going to come back and reattack. That's it.
Okay. Awesome. Alrighty then. Soup, you're up. Blink on deck. Torns to in between.
Right. Sue kind of assesses the situation, sees that they're kind of getting the upper hand, and thinks ahead, thinking, maybe the dragon might want to get away. So he reaches into his pack and grabs another grasping arrow, bramble arrow, loads it up, says, "You ain't getting away." Shoots it, and that's going to be a 29.
Yes. Yes, that'll definitely hit.
And so that's going to be 13 piercing damage. And
Okay.
6 poison damage as the brambles sprout out from the bolt and wrap around the dragon. Every time the dragon's speed is reduced by 10 feet, and every time it moves, it's going to take 2d6 damage.
You can't reduce 0 by 10.
Does that affect Pavasari? Because it's anything?
It's not like an area effect. It's just around the specific target.
All right, cool.
Oh,
We're good at this. We're really good at this.
Okay. Anything else, Sue?
He's going to attack one more time.
Mm-hmm.
Just a normal bolt, and that's going to be a 25.
Will hit.
That is going to be 11 piercing damage.
Yeah, definitely. It is on its last legs. And it is not looking good at all.
Hit it through the brambles.
Okay. Anything else?
That's it.
Beautiful. Torn is still focusing on Moonbeam. So he is going to go ahead and run over. Yeah, he's going to run in between, and he is going to catch Orin, Soup, and Eridin with an aid. So you regain 5 HP, and your maximum HP goes up by 5. And that is for 8 hours, because 8 is awesome. And people need to use it more.
8 is...
8 is so good. Yeah, cool. So, that's all he can really do this turn. Blink.
All right. I would like to use if I can, bonus action to apply another coat of poison, since the original coat is now gone.
Mm-hmm.
So not that anybody's paying too much close attention, but if anybody is listening, you do hear this clink, and maybe it's the dragon scales, maybe it's not, as I break a bottle of something against my sword. And then I'm going to shift further back along the dragon, because I'm also, like Soup, anticipating this thing is going to try and leave, and I want to be far away from the head. So I'm going to shimmy backwards a little bit along the dragon's side and try to make another stab with my sword. Ooh. Good lord. I can do math. This is fine. 22.
Will definitely hit.
And still get sneak attack, I think.
Still flanked, and still can't turn to see you, so yes.
Yeah. Right.
Somebody's stabbing me back there. Please stop.
So 11, 12 points of damage, and then the Constitution 14 saving throw that I hope it will fail.
10. Fails.
10? Did you say 10? All right. So that is 8 plus... It's 12 points of poison.
Okay, Blink, how do you want to finish it off?
Oh.
So I make my last stab into this dragon's hide, and I can feel the scales break, and I know I've hit something And I just look up at Jotra and I just go, and all you hear is,
I'm sorry.
and I shove it farther into the dragon's body, and you just see this body go limp.
Okay.
It collapses down to the ground as sections of its body you can now see are just broken apart by the onslaught it faced. Torn's gonna go ahead and lower the moonbeam. There are a lot of creatures like this that are good. There are a lot of creatures like this that don't go around killing innocents. This wasn't one of them. It's not a... Worse things could have happened.
Soup goes. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Soup goes over to where the tree where he like missed with his magic arrow and it shattered everywhere. He like picks up some of the pieces and goes, "Man, took me an hour to make that." He takes the other one out, and as he does it, like sucks all the brambles back up into it.
Right.
Everybody okay?
Standing next to the dragon's snout corpse, like just to the left of it, kind of looks back at Blink and, oh, well done. Everybody feeling okay?
Aridin doesn't say anything, but she doesn't look. She's like leaning heavily on like her weight is shifted and she's kind of slumped a little bit, but she's not saying anything.
Yeah, Orin is definitely heavily leaning on his quarterstaff.
Jotra, as he walks by Aridin, he's gonna just gently touch the back of her hand and cast a Cure Wounds, and then slap Orin on the back and Cure Wounds him as well as he's walking through. And he's like, "Okay, so, now what? We need to."
I'm gonna start rolling up my sleeves. Now it's the fun part.
Feel like you were worth every penny. I'm just gonna say that right now. And then, so Aridin, you regained 8 points of health, and Orin, you regained 6.
Cool.
I'm also gonna I also put a hand over my chest. I'm gonna use Lay on Hands.
You mean healing hands, not lay on hands.
I was like,
Yeah.
wait, you have a paladin ability? That's dope. When did that happen?
No, healing hands.
Yes,
I have healing hands.
your Azamar ability.
They don't know that. Maybe it's a tiefling.
They definitely
ability.
do.
They don't. They don't know anything.
As you start rolling up your sleeves, he's gonna be like, "Oh, Pavasar, you can put him down now," and then he's gonna go over and give Pavasar head scratches for being. "You did such a good job. You were amazing. I can't believe you held it in place. That was a dragon. You held a dragon in place." As he just lets go and then kind of head cuddles and hugs back with,
How's Jotra looking?
Jotra's fine.
I think it only got one hit in. I think it only.
I mean, it dropped me to below almost half, so but 27 to 43. But he's just
40. Oh my god,
Yeah.
I'm so squishy.
And so yeah, well, I'm a battlesmith. I'm supposed to be kind of a frontliner, but he's evolved because he didn't have his character's evolved with his subclass, so he's meant to be more tanky as he gets there, and so he's feeling great. He's
It's okay,
I
Cole.
can't
I'm
believe
squishy there with you. I'm 38 normally. I'm 43
I'm 32.
right now.
Oh my god.
I'm 32.
Yeah.
Is Orin looking okay?
Yeah, he's fine now.
Okay, cool.
Is Aridin looking okay?
I'm almost I'm 25.
Okay. Torn will go ahead and wander over and pump some lay on hands at you. He'll rest a hand on your shoulder and not look at you, but just look directly forwards at the body and just say, "Your reflexes are all off. You really don't remember, do you?"
No. She shakes her head. Not a thing. Except for Matriana.
Valiaki is an interesting soul.
You're muffled again. I can't hear you.
Yeah, what was it?
Valiaki is an interesting soul.
That's one way to put it.
He's going to go ahead and pump. I don't know how much you need. He's going to go ahead and pump 25 points.
Oh, I only needed 7.
And he's only going to use 7. You're squishy.
Squish, squish.
You continue to look forward as Blink. I'd like you to make a survival check to see how well you can get this working out.
You said sleight of hand?
Survival.
Oh, survival. Okay. I was like,
Yeah.
sleight of hand does not sound right for that check, but you are the DM. By all means, far be it for me to question you.
Dragons over there. They're in my hands. They're over there. They're back in my hands.
Look, nothing. Suddenly, all good.
That will be an 18.
And yeah, you can go ahead and dive into the throat and successfully kind of get this organized. It's a little messy, but you're all right.
It's all right. I'm wearing black. You don't really notice the blood. It's fine.
Yeah.
It was a style choice.
Yeah, it's fine. It's no worries.
Pragmatic.
All I can hear is he wore the brown pants.
As Torn lets go of your shoulder, he just turns to you and says, maybe tonight when the mist is leaving, we'll talk. And steps away.
Out of curiosity,
Mm-hmm.
Obsidian Dragon scales.
Mm-hmm.
How many could I get off of that body?
You
With my-
definitely get... We'll let the dice decide.
That's
Would
fair.
would it be a nature check that I could assist with?
It's more survival, because it's like, it's trying to carve a creature, essentially, and trying to gain materials from the creature rather than understanding it. Okay. You managed to get about 10 solid obsidian scales. The scales on this creature, because it's a young one, are still relatively small, and a lot of it has been damaged from the outside. The scales themselves seem more like crystals as they come towards the end of the scale, but the kind of front half is very much just a regular reptilian purple. You can probably go ahead and grab a sheet of hide as well if you wanted to. Just go ahead and cut a piece off there.
Yeah. And take that and pop that into my pack.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And start working on the antidote that I promised Joshua.
Mm-hmm. So you can go ahead and sit down immediately, crack out your tools. You can go ahead and make a check for that as well.
Jotra's gonna be like right, kind of watching, like almost a little bit over your shoulder, but trying not to be annoying, but is almost certainly a tiny bit. And as you put the dragon scales in your pack, he's like, I can help make stuff out of those. What are you? Oh, this is. Oh my god, you have the whole set here. He's gonna be like, and he's gonna realize he's talking too much, and he's gonna shut up and just watch.
So it would be a d20 plus proficiency if you're proficient in the tools you're using, and then either intelligence or wisdom, depending.
Oh, well. I'm going to take intelligence because it's higher, so that will be a 28.
Uh-huh. Cool. This will take you a little while as you sit down and begin kind of concocting. You add a few more ingredients that you picked up. And then begin to kind of grind them to a paste and all of this kind of thing.
And I will say that with Jotra making the side comments before as he's starting to go quiet, and I feel like maybe he's doing his little nervous Jotra thing, I will say telepathically, you can keep talking. It's fine.
Oh, okay. And then he's just gonna be like, just like small things, like just little questions and watching for head nods. Be like, okay, so you're pulling it up because it's acidic, or do you need the gloves? Okay, so we're going into that beaker, and then, oh, interesting. So you're neutralizing part of it so that doesn't kill me. But then, and he's just gonna like that sort of thing as he's watching it happen.
All right. Orange Soup, what are we doing during this?
Soup does something a little different than everyone is used to. Normally at this point, Soup would be like chopping the body into pieces, taking pieces of meat off of it. You see, he just kind of stares at the body for a little bit, looks it up and down, and just his brows just kind of crinkled. And he looks at Orin and just goes, "Looking at me, Barrett?"
Sure. Yeah. Let's pay our respects.
Don't respect it. Just weird. Make me feel funny. He kind of like, as he's trying to like pick it up and move it, he
Okay, we have a kobold and a halfling.
like
Pavasari at that point will kind of float over quietly and just start pushing the bag.
He like sees the face of the dragon as it kind of, the head like lolls toward him, and he just like hits it away, and then like looks away from it, pushes it.
As we go ahead and it's a slow process, but you can definitely get it for the most part buried. It is a medium creature, so it's still pretty small in comparison to, something ridiculous. So it takes a little while, but with Pavasari's help, you definitely can. The antidote quickly completes. You're pretty sure, you're pretty confident you've got it right, as you kind of shake it around a little. It's kind of, it's not pleasant, let's say that. It's kind of like this brown-black sludge that kind of, it's kind of like off yogurt, sits in this little vial. It's not pleasant at all.
Well, just going to put it in one hand, and then remembering how much that Dax likes to drink, while she was finishing up the last little bits, he's going to pull out just a little bottle of one of his last remaining bottles of the wet Switstone, and he's going to pour just a little cup for her, and then put it away. And so as you turn around to face him and hand him the antidote, he's going to hand you. He's going to be like, "Here's to your health." He's just going to swig it.
This time I will sniff it, and then I'll take the shot.
And it's actually pretty good. It's definitely not just your common kind of on the street drink. It's actually got a little bit of love and care put into it, and it tastes pretty good.
As I finish it, I look at Jotra and just go, "Better than what you had, huh?"
And Jotra, being completely coal-skinned, he's hard for him to change colors, but he definitely does. He's just kind of like, and he just kind of like sits down and he pulls the bottle that like, and he just pulls the cork off, coughing the whole time. God! Oh, I hope that did it. Oh my God.
Takes a few moments of you coughing away, but blink as you look towards Jotra. You see the pupils of his eyes flash suddenly, just for a second. and a invisible rune that was present across his forehead appear and shatter. As Joshua, you suddenly see this light flash, and then another light, and then these small, like, almost dust particles fall down and vanish.
I'll just nod my head ever so slightly.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm not gonna die! Well, not soon, but not soon! Maybe! Not from poison! And he's gonna kind of like do this little like running like little laps, and then immediately realize the somber burial that's happening just a little bit away. Just like, he's going.
Corey just kind of looks up from like the ditch of the grave and is just like, "Oh, good,
I'm coming to
help. He'll be fine.
I'm coming to help.
Relax.
No, I at least I mean, he's gonna like wander over with his pickaxe and start breaking ground.
As this is going on, and there's this stark contrast between the happiness and skill of a few party members mixed with the somber moment, Torn stepped away from the rest of the party and sat down. And out of eyeshot and earshot, he rests his weaponry down and casts Augury, pulling a small tarot deck from his pocket and splays them out. He pulls forward a card and places it down in front of him. He looks sternly as he pulls another. There's a deep sigh, and as the camera, so to speak, pans away from the rest of the party, he pushes the card of Mitriana Viliaki forwards and stares for a moment. Drawing another, he drops one down in reverse of what appears to be a rather young human woman in heavy armor, wearing 2 blades and a shield. He sighs again and pulls another card and sets it next to it. As a familiar individual appears in reverse, he sighs and closes his eyes, collects the deck back up, pockets it, and turns to the rest of the party. I apologize for interrupting, but perhaps we should be on our way. It is best not to stay too long in this wilderness.
As they finish the burial, Soup kind of acknowledges what Don says and gives a quick nod, and he reaches down into the pit and takes a small bit of flesh off the dragon, and he takes a little bite, and then he takes the blood from it and he puts it across his brow and across his face and throws it back down.
Okay.
Do you want the grave undisturbed?
Don't matter what I want.
Oh, it does. I have an idea. He's gonna run over and he's gonna like try to find the one of the bigger obsidian crystals, and he's gonna crack at the base of it with his pickaxe, and then he's gonna start dragging over. Pavasar is gonna come and help him pick it up, and then he's gonna put the obsidian at the head of the grave, and then Pavasar is gonna help him push it into the ground. He's like, Yeah. Did try. Tried my hardest, but I'm good at that thing. Wish I could have done better.
As you're talking, he like takes his finger and just puts it to your lips. His bloody finger. He takes it, puts it to your lips, and he takes his hand, which still has blood on it, and he just smears it across your cheek. He goes, "You know, you did fine."
Jotra nods, and then, but before Soup goes, he's gonna like run in and hug him really quickly, just like one big not like a like big, just like like a big just quick hug, but like with a little bit of that he can muster, but lets him go super quickly so he's not held or anything. And he's back, and he just gives him like a, I know, gonna hop on Pavasari and start the way on.
He just like walks away, like he's just like
Aridin
befuddled.
falls in step next to Jotra and puts a hand on his back, and it's the hand with the ring. Just puts a hand on your shoulder. We've had a lot of those.
Been boring, I guess.
Squeeze your shoulder and walk alongside you.
He reaches up and squeezes back. You wanna hop on? I mean, won't notice.
No, that's okay.
Well, we've reunited the sisters. We've cured Jotra of his poison. What's next?
Well, didn't want to bring it up earlier because, well, all y'all be focused on the dragon. But I found something. Remember that feller, Bo? Like opens up the
Yeah.
book.
Oh, Lord.
Think you might have known him or known about him. He's looking at Orin.
Mm-hmm. Apparently, he was part of me monastery. Fucking prick.
They're more complicated than that. He like brings the book over and like starts explaining to Orin like how Bo is malefic. And like shows him like specific. He's like, when he opens the book, it's all highlighted and like or like there's like underlining everywhere and circled stuff, and he's just like showing him little excerpts.
Is this in front of everybody?
Yeah.
That piece of shit was that fucking devil the entire time.
What the
I
shite?
fucking knew I knew I hated him, but I didn't know how much.
That doesn't add up. Doesn't seem like anybody could stand against the sisters.
So there, and you relayed like the entire lore dump from the last one to us
So-
now.
Pretty much. Yeah, he would especially point out, he would look at Aaron and go, when like they're talking about these here moon army people, think that might be you.
I mean, that would be... That doesn't... Oh. Wouldn't that be so much of a coincidence, though?
Two sides of a coin.
Oh
It's
no.
the same coin.
Luna Soritas?
Wouldn't be the first time in a story. Everything done come together. Starting to think we're making our own story.
Making something.
You should write this down.
Soup like hands you this stack of papers that he like chicken scratch furiously wrote on the night before, and he's just like, "Well, took the 7 notes.
You're brilliant.
Organized as you used to make them, but you know."
Somewhere in the distance, toss a coin to which
No, 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 no.
No, we'll have none of that.
Yeah. No singing.
No singing.
Damn it.
Aridin looks at Ton as that said.
Mhm. He's just walking. Forward facing. He's taking point.
How about you, Blink? Any unspoken coincidences or anything we can help you with? I mean, no, but seriously, I do owe you quite a lot.
I have been walking back. I've kind of been letting this group of friends, reconnect and celebrate and having Jotra back in full without any worry of anything happening to him.
Do their thing.
Yeah, just letting them do their thing. Contract's over as far as I'm concerned. I'm just following them back to town. Lost in my own thoughts when Jotra says that I kind of side-eye Soup. And then look back at Jotra. Nope. None at all.
Okay, well, if you ever do have any, let me know. I mean, you might have to hire me, but I'll help.
Oh, please.
I know, probably not. But, Avasar might be. And he pats him on the head.
It's not a matter of worth, it's a matter of... Well... A contract can be a dangerous thing.
Absence of...
I'll wink at you for that.
He'll just kind of laugh to himself.
Did I pick up on that? Did I just do I get a feeling?
I don't know.
Hunch.
Are
Do
you
you?
speaking in the mind, or are you speaking out loud? For a
Me?
start. Yeah.
Oh, I'm out loud.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll insight.
Just Cole doesn't know what's going on, but Cole gets a feeling. I feel like Aridin would get a feeling. There's some subtext here. Insight. Where did it go? 15.
Hey, Joe. I don't. I mean, what's my? Say my passive insight is 9.
Yeah, no.
And but as you're kind of like, Jotra looks over and sees the look on your face. He's like, and then he kind of like he leans over. He's like, "It's 2. Knows how to be fierce and you're scared, but you're also like, you remember, like, because I've been trying to, but she's fierce as well. You're fierce and he's fierce and he's fierce. I'm gonna be fierce-ish soon." And then as you kind of look down, he grabs your hand and kind of spins the ring. He's like, "Don't worry."
I mean to ask you about this, but I guess I should ask you later then.
No, you can ask if you want. It was fun while I was making it. I know, with the projects, I don't like talking. What do you want to know?
Did you just make it for fun?
I mean, it was fun to make it, but no, there's... I think I can do at make it so that way you don't take as much damage. And get all up fierce as I know.
It's really pretty.
I tried to make it so you could carry a little bit of me, and I could carry a little bit of you, and he shows you the other ring on his hand. I hope I got the ring. I don't know.
No, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Could be worse.
I'm gonna give Georgia a hug.
He's gonna hug you right back.
I'm glad you're okay.
I'm glad I'm not gonna die. I'm glad that, glad we're still trying to figure it out together. Glad I know you've lost a lot, but now, even if I'm somewhere and we get separated and something else happens, you can look at it and be like, I know this means something. You know, there'll be something to kick you back to me.
Well,
Anyway,
hopefully-
Pavasari would miss you a lot. He kind of like pats in the head of Pavasari.
Well, let's hope I don't lose my memory like that again. And I'd like to think that you'd be really hard to forget.
Well, even if you do, I'll find.
You hear a sudden creaking of metal as you just hear. Mm-hmm.
See?
And everyone would hear that. It's loud enough.
It talked. I heard it.
See? I told you I wasn't lying. It did. It can speak every once in a while. Can't you, Pav?
Did you make it so that it could do that?
No!
Or was that...
No, Pav is just being Pav and being awesome and figuring out how to do new stuff. I think there's more to Pav than even I originally intended. I think Pav is special. I cannot wait to see how you do, buddy. He kind of like nuggies the metal head of Pavasari.
Hearing all these like clunk, 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 clunk noises.
Yeah, it's just clunk, 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 scratch, scratch, scratch. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
all it is.
It's funny when he rubs the head. It's just,
Just imagining nails on a chalkboard.
Pretty much.
Everyone's like, yeah, adorable.
Weirdly adorable.
And as all these discussions are happening, everything's going on, we go ahead and make our way back to Yilton. And as we go ahead and settle on in, it's just about dusk, as normally the area would be starting to wrap everything up, but with the influx of individuals, it's still pretty rowdy. And as you go ahead and step into the gates, you find that your sleeping area is still accounted for. And as we rest, or don't rest for some individuals, we'll go ahead and wrap up the session there.
Oh!
Directly.
I was hoping we'd go just a little, because it's been 2 weeks. Now I have to wait another week, and it's just awful.
Cole's gotta get her mind and heart fix, man.
directly into the veins, please.
I love these people so much.
It has been so good to be back. It has felt so good. It's so nice to revisit all these characters.
Also, like, Ty, you kind of made me cry a little bit.
Yes! I did it!
Success! Start bowing to everyone. Just...
I have like rings hiding somewhere. I'm gonna like wear one on stream now.
Part of me is like, I ship it, and then part of me is like, yeah, but at the same time, I just really like their friendship. I just want them to be best friends forever. Like, I just want... I ship their friendship. That's what I do.
I was thinking the same thing too. Conflict.
It's it's cute, but in reality, like, I would want them to just be best friends forever, and then like
Platonic relationships are important, yo.
They are. They're super important. Well, like, that's the thing is, Jotra doesn't. He's interesting. I don't know how that's gonna go either. He's just. Oh, that's super interesting.
Just let it happen. Whatever happens, just let it.
We can't.
Alright, okay.
Whatever happens, we can't let it happen because it'll just turn into one big polycule of just everyone with everyone.
You've unlocked an achievement, by the way. Make all cry achievement.
Yes.
Is it a hard one though? That's like a bronze trophy
Yeah.
achievement.
I can still be proud of it though.
Yeah, exactly. It's still points. It's fine. Yeah, super good to be back. Can't wait to dive in a little more into all of this and the characters. There is a lot on the way, and that's going to be fun. So, yeah. Thank you for the folks that have stuck around and watched. We're going to go ahead and round the horn and just give people a chance to plug what they want to plug and let you know where you can find them. Can I start with Sean?
All right. Howdy, folks. I'm Sean, at NoTweetSean on Twitter. I'm one of the administrators over at Thread Raiders. If you want to come check us out, I'll put the Discord in the chat. We are very much like friends who roll dice. We're just yet another place where people have come together, a bunch of nerdy folks, to help other people out through gaming and to have fun with one another. So come check us out. You can find us on Twitter as well at Thread Raiders.
And they are some wonderful, wonderful folks. And hopefully, I'm doing something with y'all soon. Fingers crossed. I'm still waiting on word back, but yes, I'm excited.
Secrets.
Secrets.
I don't know fun unless they're shared with me. Okay.
Adam.
Hello, I am Adam. You can catch me at Adam Hardy VO on Instagram and Twitter. As of recently, now you can find me on TikTok at Adam VO18 because a fascist almost took that away from us, and I was like, fuck that shit. So I joined the app, and then I got sucked down the video hole. I also do the post-production for Mine and the Martyr, so if you just joining us and you want to catch up, figure out what the hell is going on, check out our YouTube and our podcast. We are available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, God, I think we're even on Podbean, like we're Anchor, Spotify, everything. We're kind of all over the place. The beauty of Anchor. But yeah, check it out. I add some music from Sirenscape and some sound effects that I Frankenstein from them and some of my own original stuff. So check it out. It's a lot of fun.
It's really, really, really good. Like it adds like so much to it. Like watching live is fun, but listening post is also just like.
Listening post was fun because also like my notes, like in-game notes, blue screen, are terrible. But my notes for like cues are extensive. It's like, okay, psychic conversation. All right.
Can't wait to see what you do with that. That's gonna be cool.
We have fun watching it, and we're here.
Exactly.
Like, I did that session, but I want to watch it again because I want to see what Adam did.
Right.
That's the thing. I watch.
Oh my God, thank you
I watch it. I watch
Guilty
it.
as charged.
Yeah, we do the session, and then I watch it once over afterwards, and then I'll always watch it once when the YouTube video comes out as well, because the post production is just chef's kiss.
So good.
Thank you guys.
So good.
Thank you.
Dax.
Oh, I was expecting to go last. Okay. Hi, I'm Dax. I'm guest starring. Ow, I just poked myself in the head. I am clumsy. You will learn that very quickly about me. I'm guest starring here with the Mine and the Martyr, which has been a blast. Maybe I'll be back next week. I don't know. Ray has to tell me how long my stint is. But that being said, you can find me on Twitter at GM_Dax. I am the GM and creator and producer of Roads Uncharted, which is a Genesis actual play RPG podcast set in my homebrew world. We're currently on a hiatus right now while we get season 2 ready, but hopefully in the next couple months that'll be up and out for your listening pleasure on Apple, Google, and Spotify, or Simplecast, which is where we're hosted. And that's pretty much all that I have going on right now. No, I'm pretty well. Actually, I get to play with Ray in Curse of Strahd every other Sunday on Featherfall Tabletop.
Max takes all
Where
my
I
kills.
think
I'm
Ray
not
and I
better.
play the only sane characters at the table, but it's fine.
Myrna and Cass are a treat.
Cass is just irritated. Cass is just like, she has a better kill count than me. This is literally what I'm built to do, and she has a better kill count than me.
She's the healer.
The worst part is, no, I'm not. War clerics aren't built to be healers. I just happen to be able to heal.
Yeah.
It's like how we're healers.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
I forgot
boy.
you're playing a war cleric. Just kidding.
Cleric of the Monk. It's fine.
Clear the bonk. Yeah.
Because bonk.
I do love that game. That's so much fun.
It's expensive here. No.
I'm hoping that with like the 81 HP Cass now has, that he doesn't go down again. But we'll see.
Let's make a habit of it.
Okay, but no, really. I think Myrna's gone down once, and that's it. I think no one else has gone down.
Once at level 1.
Yeah,
right?
no,
Once at level 1.
no one else has gone down yet. A
I mean,
shambling
that doesn't
mound,
even really
to be
count.
fair. Like, yeah, it was a CR3 shambling mound that we were fighting. So it was like,
I
Yeah.
hate shambling mounds. I hate them. Mimics and shambling mounds are my enemy.
it was interesting. Ty.
Hi everybody, Ty here. You can catch me online at Hitchhiker of the Mind. That's actually at Hitchhiker Mind on Twitter. No of that because that's too many letters. But also you can catch me Tuesdays. I DM on my channel over at twitch.tv/Hitchhiker of the Mind. They just reached the rebuilding Aarakocra City. All of the Aarakocra in my campaign have been reawakened from Kenku and have unique styles. Like they have their regular Kenku clothes, but have been patched and lengthened with new different vibrant colors to show off their new Aarakocra. They're trying to build their own civilization out of nothing. And one of my players just brought religion in the form of Akadi, the sky goddess who is trying to recruit Aarakocra to fight against the god of nightmares, Phobator, who is invading all realms at the same time right now. So we're having a little bit of layover between, the god of the realm of nightmares, the regular realm. So things like night stalkers and all sorts of crazy things are just wandering in during the night. So it's been kind of interesting. This next episode, they've been called to fight on the wall in the night to find out how that's going to go. You can tune in. Other than that, on Wednesdays, I play Brant Heightsdagger in the Beyond Men's campaign over on Featherfall Tabletop. We took down the MLM cult, which was really entertaining and kind of funny, but we found out that last session, the Empire has created this massive attack against one of its own cities to create a heavier reliance upon them. At least that's according to our Circle of Truth bad guy that we held captive, who tried to get us thrown out of town. And we got thrown out of town. Brant is much, much more brave and brash than Jotaro. Kind of his polar opposite. He's a Fire Ganassi Echo Knight who, got thrown in jail because somebody was like, they're gonna kill all of you. And he's like, excuse me. Oh, yeah, he's a slight German accent. So he's like, excuse me, this is all nonsense. He's just trying to make you afraid because he's a little shitbag and got thrown in jail. So if you want to see me play a polar opposite, I'll be there. So that's me, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You can catch me. Other than that, check out DM Emporium. It's got all sorts of wonderful things just so you can feel a little cooler at the table. DMEmporium.com. Use FWRD. Get 10% off, and 10% goes to build it up and build it up and build it up and make friends who roll dice get to the next level.
These are my DM Emporium dice. They're my Aridin dice.
I
Look at
take
how
no
pretty
credit
they
for
are.
Aridin's dice. No.
Orin dice.
Nice.
I wish they were nicer to me this session, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't claim any.
Yeah,
Hold on,
no,
hold them up to the camera real quick. Hold them up to the camera. And
Oh no! Yeah, oh no!
Juju be gone. All right, they should be fun next session.
See, the thing is,
Those were terrible rolls right there.
I just like
That's the next session.
joke that I was just like the low roll sync. Like whenever I wouldn't, like if I had to miss a session, they'd be like, "No, low roll sync isn't here," and I'd be like, "I don't like that nickname." That just
Oh, dear.
sucks. Curse.
Game Emporium cannot be held responsible for any poor rolls.
It's just me. It's just
All
me.
dice are properly balanced.
Speaking
Please
of
stop sending
you,
me a
Cole.
message. No.
Yeah.
Hey, howdy, bye. I'm Cole. You can find me at Cole Moriel on Twitter. I am the artist for Friends Who Roll Dice, so I did all the pretty pictures, and you should definitely tune in to the streams that we're going to be doing this month because I'm doing all the overlays for that. So yeah, and we have a whole bunch of really fun guests and players, and it's going to be a total blast. You can catch me tomorrow for Arium, where I'm going to be playing a it's a ghost, a techie ghost tiefling. I don't know what that means. You're gonna find out with me. It's gonna be great. We created this whole. We had our session 0. We did Arium create. So we built the setting that we're gonna be in. It's real weird. It's gonna get spooky. I'm real excited about it. And on Saturday, I'm playing in a Call of Cthulhu game over on the Games Tavern, and I'm a little scared. It's set in the 1920s, and we're in Boston, I think. And I'm playing, this is really on brand, but I'm playing a doctor because what else do I play? So if you want to probably watch me cry on screen because I'm scared, hey, you should go check that out too. Help!
I'm not afraid. You will be.
And that's me.
Wonderful. Thank you very much to the cast for being awesome as always. Again, it's so nice to have everyone back. I'm Ray. You can find me at, that is the wrong at now because I changed my at. So you can find me at RedMageRay on Twitters. I have a lot to plug, so I'm going to do this as fast as possible. Mondays, you can find me here, Mind of the Martyr. They're all bloody fantastic, and I love them dearly. Wednesdays, you can find me over on Transient's channel playing Cult Divinity Lost, where I have 100% become the bad guy and have essentially been convinced and taken over by the evil Night Mother. And it's now a case of not trying to kill my party as best I can, which is very interesting. Super horror vibes, I'd recommend probably putting a content advisory on that because it is pretty messed up at points. I am playing over on Vandrian's channel, both in a game and running a game in November for a charity event. I am running a Coriolis game, which is super sci-fi set in kind of a very much themed on Middle Eastern kind of cultures. It's very well written, and I love it to pieces. I haven't run it yet. I'm really excited. I'm in a few more games across some of the other charity events that are going on, and I am writing a TTRPG, which I promise is almost done. It's almost done. It's almost there. It's just taking a little while longer, and may or may not also appear in an episode of Mind of the Martyr, depending on how vain I'm feeling. And yeah, pretty much that's me. Go ahead and follow me on Twitter for anything else that I'm doing. Follow all of these wonderful people, follow Friends Who Roll Dice, and keep an eye on our charity drive as we are super, super excited. You are not going to want to miss the games and the talent that we have managed to find here. Familiar faces, new faces, all blooming fantastic, and we are super, super, super excited. Big thank you to our sponsors, so Nerdware, DM Emporium, and Grindin' Coffee. And we're going to go ahead and throw a raid over. If you are able and you do have anything spare, please consider donating to the charities below. We understand that 2020 is a hell year, but it is also a hell year for individuals who are in these situations as well. And unfortunately, climate change doesn't care. So we're trying to deal with both of those situations at the moment, and these charities are doing fantastically at helping the people out. Stick around. We're going to roll a quick credit reel, and we're going to go ahead and jump on a raid. Who are we raiding, folks? Who do we fancy?
I've seen Dumpstep Charisma thrown out there.
We haven't raided them yet. We can send them to love.
That's a new one. Let's give it a
Yeah, we can
shot.
send them to love. Why not?
Spread it around. Spread it.
Exactly. Cheers, folks. Keep safe. Wear a freaking mask for God's sake. Wash your hands. Social distance. Take care of yourselves. Drink water. Keep moving forward. And we will see you next week. Take care, folks.